Like a lot.
Several.
As in, this podcast has been in a rut because you haven't been joining. No. Okay, now passive aggressiveness aside.
Yes.
What's up, man?
I'm so happy to be back, man.
Yeah.
Legit.
Yeah.
I was in Florida for...
It's so weird fucking talking to you without the beard, dude.
Is it really weird? Do I look
really
that different?
Because I'm expecting a different personality.
But it's the same.
But it's the same.
It's the same core.
It's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
No, I recognize that you're a real person. I'm just saying that. Like, no, but it's working, man. Because you have to make the hair work too. Because that's the thing that people get mixed up with beards, is that it's a combo.
All one.
It really is.
Thing.
It's a helmet. It's the helmet and the chin strap. So like, it all has to meld.
Yeah, you've got yours paired off nicely.
That took a bit of figuring out.
The side shaped and then the yeah.
Because people wanted me to like. I don't know why, because I think it's such a bad idea. Mm-hmm. But I guess because fades were popular at the time. But I remember people telling me it should fade in to the thing, and I was like, I don't like that, man. I want it to be a solid, like, dark.
Yeah.
Like, I want it to look like it really is continuing, and then, like, comes out here.
You want the continuity to be one thing. I think also, like, a fade would make it impossible to... You'd have a very awkward in-between period if you chose anything else.
Yeah, because you know? That's even more like you have to keep the maintenance up.
Yeah.
And, like, that's more money, because I don't know how to do a good fade.
I don't trust people who cut their own hair.
Yeah.
I don't.
And so taking that a step further, because I've thought about doing the bald look.
Like a shaved head?
Yeah. But I'm like, one, I actually grow a lot of hair, and it's going pretty well. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to let that
enjoy that.
I'm going to let that rock until absolutely necessary.
Okay.
Until it looks real bad. Although I kind of want to go through a comb over period, because I think I could look insane.
But you would change nothing else.
I would change nothing about how I dress, my personality. But I would look crazy from afar.
People who do a comb over, it's what you are saying to the world is, I'm smarter than you.
Yeah, it is.
I
figured it out. The illusion.
It's perfect. No one even notices that my hair is thinning. These are the people who can't say bald.
Who can't say balding. It's thinning.
It's thinning. Yeah. They won't even notice.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh man. So I'm gonna let that go. I mean, I still always keep my hair short because it's it's curly, so it grows in all sorts of directions. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it becomes a pain to keep to maintain and like.
Well, you don't have hair that you can really do like a... I mean, you can. You need product to make it...
I would need, So I've always thought about that, because you knew me definitely during my high school days.
Yeah.
And being a metalhead, what does any metalhead want than, like, a luscious, long hair that goes down to your ass?
Yeah, exactly.
Or, like, a long-ass beard.
Or both.
Yeah, that somehow doesn't look like ZZ Top.
Yes.
Yeah, so my hair doesn't grow like that.
Do you grow a sphere of hair? Is it that curly?
I think I don't know, because I don't think it has enough volume.
Okay.
Or maybe it's too much. I don't know it's too heavy. It would fall. So, I don't know. It would be one of those things where it would grow and kind of go, I guess it would fall to the side or something.
Okay.
And I could maybe do that. Like, there was the guitarist of Coheed and Cambria, I feel like, if I did the ironing and like all the product, maybe.
Okay.
I don't think I could do.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So it's born out of laziness than anything.
That was why I grew my beard more or less. Was I have other stuff to do.
Yeah. Well, I grew my beard because I was challenged. I don't know if I've ever told that story.
No.
So this is like junior year of high school, and it was my honors English class. God, I'm forgetting her name now. She was a cool English teacher, but I think because I used to I would have to shave pretty often. Once a week became like every other day or something.
Yeah. In
order to keep it down. Although I would let my sideburns grow. I don't know why, but I think that was the early precursor of laziness. And then, so I don't remember the exact conversation, but what it ended up being was Chris is probably the only person who can grow a beard in this class. And I went, yeah, probably. And then I did. And I look like this ever since. Pretty much it. Because it grew way better than I thought it was going to.
It's very full.
Yeah.
Very full.
Because once it finally came out, like, it was there.
But you do stuff to it. You, like...
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I comb it. I use a brush. It's got a thick bristle.
You're not, like...
That hurts. Yeah. And it's not with the handle. It's like you gotta put your palm.
It's like a horse.
It's like a horsetail, and you gotta like get in there in order to do it. And I'll put light hair product, but most of like the shaping.
Yeah.
Or no, I'll clean the edges. I'll shave because I'll use like a 2 razor or like a single blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, to do it. Most of it's just finding a good barber.
Yeah.
And like I'm willing to pay the money if it means I don't have to keep constant.
Exactly. So yeah, it was honestly just kind of laziness, and then I found a barber I really like. And he did say, "So you sure?
Yeah.
Sure you want to do this?" I was like, yeah. I went home, and it was the funniest thing to me. My roommate had to
shot
me, and I died. She opened the door and then closed it.
Bang! Because she always carries.
She's always
packing heat.
She's always. She shut the door, and when she opened it again, she screamed. And then I like looked at her and said, "What?"
Like your neighbor shot you.
And my neighbor shot me to protect her.
Yeah.
And what it just was very funny because she said, "Yeah, I literally didn't recognize you. I thought you were a different person."
Yeah.
And I said, "You thought I was a different person who was like in bed?" And she said, "I thought you were a really lazy burglar."
Well, what if you were one of those weirdos you always
What if I was a creep? Yeah, maybe I was. Yeah.
Ooh, that's scarier.
That is actually much more frightening.
That is.
I'm not here for your valuables.
Yeah.
I'm here for a weird
sex
thing.
A weird thing.
Did you hear about Slugman?
The fuck is Slugman?
It's like a.
Wait, real quick. Have you heard TV Man?
No.
The guy in Virginia, or is it Maryland? I think it's Virginia. Who's leaving CR TVs on people's front porches, and they're fully working. But, like, just leaves them there. And then they finally caught footage of on the guy because people have those, like, home cameras and shit.
Yeah.
That they use for doorknobs. And it's a dude wearing a CRTV for a helmet. Yeah.
That is fucking amazing.
Yeah, and just regular clothes and shit.
I love this.
And, dude, it's the best.
Can you send me this?
Yeah, I'll send that to you. I can't believe you didn't hear. I feel like you would have. Because I was all over that shit on Twitter.
That
sounds
amazing. Slugman. So I want to say Florida.
Yeah, of course.
We'll talk about that in a minute. But in Florida, there was a bunch of houses where it was usually like single women or women who rented like separate space.
Yeah.
And they were finding slime in their houses, like trails of slime. In their homes.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Well, that's not good.
That's unusual."
And it's necessary to say most of these homes, because it's like in the South, it's tiled floors, so you can see like, oh, this is a trail of slime. That's weird. So this was happening like for a few months, the better part of a year, in 2015, and eventually, one woman who had carpet. She was the one who discovered what was going on. And what was going on was, it was a guy breaking into people's homes. And he would break in and clearly stalking them because he knew like their schedules and stuff. He would break into the kitchen, undress completely. Yeah. He would use like horse lubricant, like that industrial stuff that they, Okay. Crawl on his hands and knees from the kitchen to the to the room, lay under the bed, do something to himself, and then crawl back, and then get dressed, and then leave. And he was apparently doing this over and over and over again. I mean, I'm grateful nothing directly happened to these women. Like that's I guess the silver lining. But so she was the one who found him because of the carpet. She got up in the middle of the night. Yeah. Realized, well, that's not right. And also, there's man's clothes in my kitchen. And then she beat him with a vacuum extension. And then locked him in her bedroom till the police came. Anyway, yeah, that happened. Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy.
That's crazy, man.
That's crazy times over in Florida.
Man.
What the fuck? That's fascinating.
It's not it's not just that it's terrible, what a gross creep, but also that's such a specific thing. That's so
specific. You gotta get someone in there to talk to him and see what's up.
Because that is a man who's clearly had something traumatic happen.
Yeah.
At some juncture.
Yeah. That's someone with a Batman origin story. Fucking Zack Snyder level where slugs probably put him up in a Christ pose or something.
He watched his parents get shot in an alleyway, and then the garden slug saved him. Oh my god. Dude.
Man, I remember watching Batman v Superman in theaters with my buddy Matt.
Yeah.
At the time. Mm-hmm. And I had brought in a flask of whiskey to watching because I knew. And then when we got to that part, I literally said out loud, this again, as it was happening.
What was it?
It was the Batman origin story happening at the beginning.
What do we have to fucking see that shit over and over?
Yeah.
Have you seen that new movie, that DC Joker?
No, not yet.
I've yet to see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm here. I don't know, because I like Joaquin Phoenix, but I hate everything that the director has. Everything that has to do with the director.
Yeah, he sounds really scummy. Yeah. I like Joaquin Phoenix very much.
I do too.
And I like the movies that they're homaging.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of want to see it myself to say it.
To pass judgment or whatever.
Because I think a lot of the criticism the movie's getting that I'm hearing...
Yeah. Apparently doesn't actually happen in the movie.
Yeah, and I'm also very... Because we've talked about this on the show before. A movie like Scarface, for example. It's not the movie's fault that dirtbag people...
it.
Yeah, so...
Fight Club's the same way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to watch it to see,
Beastie Boys are the exact same way in music. I talk about that shit all the time, and no one ever believes me.
Well, because their hit song was a make fun of this.
Their hit album was to make fun of Brooklyn Bros.
Yeah.
Specifically Brooklyn Bros. Brass Monkey is about the horrible people who roofie others in college.
Yeah.
It's a very specific song. But anyway, yeah.
So I don't want to jump into that because there are movies that are oh, this was not thought out well, and there are movies that are very thoughtful. It's just the audience is not I don't think fully absorbing all the material that's there necessarily, or misinterpreting what necessarily is going on.
Yeah.
So judgment to be withheld.
Yeah. So I'll see once I see it.
Yeah.
Although I will have to say everything the director has ever said regarding the movie.
That really fucking
is really
discouraging.
Bad.
It's very discouraging. It's and then I look back at his oh fuck. We don't gotta get into it. Yeah.
Someone put it great where it was, I actually enjoy the Joker movie. I wish the director would shut the fuck up.
Okay.
And stop talking.
Okay.
It's so you want to get someone and just shake them.
Yeah.
And go
you're not helping.
Yeah.
You're hurting your case.
Yeah. Let's forget about the fact that you're just wrong about a lot of things.
Right.
If you want people to watch this, shut up.
Stop.
Shut up.
You're making it work.
Yeah.
I sometimes completely fucking forget that there was a Justice League movie.
Dude, I never watched it.
I never watched it.
I never watched Suicide Squad. Nick watched Suicide Squad. I haven't seen Suicide Squad.
Can I tell you something else though?
Sure.
I think I might watch the new one, the Harley Quinn movie.
I might.
I don't know why. I have no reason.
If I do, I'll do that thing where I'll just sit down and watch the movies in one weird night.
Oh, in one long slam? Okay.
Yeah. Because they're going to reference... Well, maybe they won't. Who knows? Like, it can be fucking anything at this point.
Because DC's like... I don't know.
They're redoing Suicide Squad. That's like... Aren't they redoing Suicide Squad?
They're going to do a sequel, but James Gunn is going to write and direct it.
Which is why I want to watch that one.
Right.
But, like, it's so close. Dude.
It really is.
To the last one.
And...
that it's saying a lot.
They've got a new director for Birds of Prey and Suicide Squad, both, and a new writer.
Which I hope Birds of Prey is good, because I want those two superheroes to get...
so bad.
Like, real good. They only ever attention they ever got on screen, or at least I haven't seen all the animated movies, was GLA. Yeah, the Justice League cartoon show. Yeah. It's like the first 2 episodes. And they take down like a tank.
Okay.
And it's cool. It's when like the not Nazis invade and like they're trying to reset everything. But,
I get you.
That show's amazing. I should do a series where I just talk about each episode.
Today we're going to be doing everyday JLA.
Every you start JLA and then it goes into Justice League Unlimited. Mm-hmm. Like, and then what's up with Hot Girl? Why is everyone?
Why is everyone acting that way?
Yeah.
But I'm somewhat optimistic for. I can't exactly say why for the next batch of DC movies. I think that they might be course correcting, and
Well, we'll see, man.
And I got great news while I was in Florida, which was
which by the way, how was that? We haven't even gotten that.
Oh, how was Florida?
Yeah,
it was a nightmare.
Yeah, I know, right? So the question you'll always, or I feel like everyone should get asked when they're going to when they come back from Florida, is when and where did you see Florida Man?
Jesus Christ, man! Just about everywhere.
Yeah,
I was in. So I told you so I'm there for work. So my sleep schedule was all fucked up and switched.
Yeah.
I was working from 8 to 12, midnight to 8 a.m.
Yeah, they're trying to do that thing where they're like.
It's like a 24-hour area, so there's always got to be someone in doing the work.
But the thing is, the difference is only like 3 hours, so like it's still weird.
I mean, it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Yeah,
but I was taking a walk past a swamp that is also a golf course.
Yeah,
and I was in there. They've got this chain of restaurants called Pollo Tropicali.
Okay.
It's chicken and it smells real good.
Oh, yeah. Does it taste good?
I didn't taste any of it.
Oh, okay.
Didn't get a chance. It was
never open.
Never open. Yeah, I was fucking asleep. But I did see there was like two Florida men.
Okay.
And they both had brown bags. Sat by them with something in it. I couldn't tell what it was. And they were like slurring, shouting at each other. And one of them said, one of them just kept saying no over and over again. Yeah. And he was like, "Come on, man, you loved it. You loved it." He's like, "No, no." and I was like, it was so intense. I was like, I don't know if I want to get mixed up in this. So I kept walking. I'm just going.
Yeah.
And I heard them say, "That Dora movie's so good." I was like, is that what that argument's about? Is it too adult?
I forgot the Dora movie came out.
That movie happened.
Yeah.
And
Luis Guzman. No, not Luis Guzman.
John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo.
Yeah. Isn't it? You didn't see it?
No.
I didn't see it.
I saw the trailer where they're making the fart jokes, and I went, "This has potential." And then
I watched it and I thought, I only saw the trailer, and the first time I saw it, I was like, did College Humor remake a sketch?
Yeah. And
I realized that, oh no, this is just real. This is happening. And we still can't have Aubrey Plaza be Daria? Like...
That's weird.
What is going on? Yeah.
How did it even happen? I don't even, like...
What, the Dora movie? I think Nickelodeon's buying a lot of new properties, too.
Oh, really? Well, that's not new property. That's...
Well, I mean, they're expanding their whole spiel. Like, they're remaking The Loud House.
Wow, really? Isn't Loud House still going on?
Here's the weird part.
Okay.
The if you want to call it that. I don't know if remake is even necessarily the right word.
Is Loud House any good?
I'd heard people that if you like kind of like Peanuts stuff, it's in that vein.
I might like it then.
Yeah. Yeah. They're making a new show with a new head writer, and it's called Casa Grande, and it's basically all those characters. But what if Mexican?
Yeah?
That's the show. That's the pitch.
Aren't there Hispanic characters on there? Like
on Loud House?
Yeah.
I've not seen it.
I thought, okay. I would guess, I would have to check or something.
But,
yeah. When are they going to bring back the brothers?
Garcia! God damn it! a family who lived in the gateway cities.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I have very strong feelings about that show.
About the brothers Garcia.
Do you remember that?
And it was the rich side of the...
It was. It was.
Because that was the nicest house I had ever seen.
Yeah, that was a fucking big house.
It's like the Proud Family with... what's her name?
Oh, La Cienega Boulevard.
Yeah, La Cienega Boulevard. And, like, it's a rich, like, Hispanic family.
Yeah. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
Do you remember that two of those guys lived here? I saw them around. The one who's the littlest brother.
Wait, really?
I saw him. And then Jeffrey Lincoln, who plays the biggest brother.
Uh-huh.
I saw him, like, a lot.
Really?
When I was still in the area, living
Wow.
in the area. Yeah. I think a lot of those Nickelodeon folks...
Yeah, I don't want to say where, just to give a specific...
No, But
because I could tell the story about, like, a certain celebrity, but I feel like that would put this podcast, like, on the map.
I want to know who it is
like
later.
No, you would know. But,
okay.
Yeah. It's not even, like, anything special. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She's cool. And, like...
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, what about the Brothers Garcia? How'd that show end?
Hey, well, it ended with them meeting a Mayan god.
Fucking really?
They did a movie, Brothers Garcia, and they go back to Mexico City, and I don't know if someone's possessed, but there's like a moment where one of the Brothers Garcia may well have his heart cut out to honor the Mayan gods.
What I vaguely feel like.
Yeah, because it fucking happened.
Well, no, but I mean, because I don't know if I watched it, but I'm like, maybe I did, because it seems like familiar.
Do you know that they're bringing back Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah, that one I know.
I just caught, like, it's up for free, I guess, the new pilot of whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even know it came out yet.
So,
That was weird.
The film...
So Goosebumps is next.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I just hope that they get slightly better actors.
No, I hope it's...
You hope it's the same, exactly the same.
Children.
I hope it's children.
I hope it's children.
Reading lines.
And the lady walks out of an antique shop wearing Native African headdresses.
Wait, that did happen, didn't it?
Yeah, that did. Where she was wearing God, I'm forgetting the word for it. I had a friend explain to me like what all of it actually
is. It's a decorative crown.
Yeah, the cloth and like the actual garment that you wear. There's specific names for it that my uncultured brain does not
hasn't retained. But
anyway, she walks on screen and everyone holds their breath because you're like, what the fuck is she gonna say? And what is her next line?
And what is her next line?
She says in a very normal voice, "So what are you guys doing here?" I feel like I've told this story because we were watching it with my buddy Rick at his place, and me, Nick, and Rick all at the same time go, "What? He's gonna? What's the next line?"
That's like some amazing Canadian calculation on their part.
It's crazy, dude.
Like, is it? Well, it's not racist if we just act like it's not a thing at all. We don't acknowledge it. Don't acknowledge it.
Because it has. She walks out, and you go, someone's gonna do
something.
something, and it's either someone made a caricature, or this was how it was in the book, and they would have been fired if they didn't.
R.L. Stein, as just a dictator over his work. Is she not wearing the thing? It's in the book.
That was very normal, and to the point where it was like, why? What? It's just one of those things where like something happens and you go, the next step determines what the process was.
I completely forgot that. First of all, Ryan Reynolds got one of his first acting jobs on Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I did not know that.
He's like a kid on that show.
Wow.
And secondly, Amanda Bynes got like one of her first not all that parts on.
That one I knew.
On it, yeah.
That one I knew because I remember watching an episode when the Amanda Show was like still going on.
Yes.
And like all that.
Different.
All that's going on.
All that's back and coming on. Yeah.
Doesn't like Keenan host it or something?
Keenan and Kel are executive producers on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good for Kel because I didn't know what he was doing.
He was doing production stuff mostly. Yeah. He's not doing
there's money in that, so.
Yeah.
There's a lot of more money in that.
Good for him.
Yeah.
And
God, I loved Keenan and Kel.
That show was something I loved. I lived for.
Like, even in my teenage years, I was still watching it. So I was like, there's some, like, just basic good comedy beats, like, in here.
Also, that was also a Nickelodeon show that ended with a big movie. Where
it did, didn't it? Didn't they go on vacation or some shit?
Keenan and Kel...
What's with the Nickelodeon movies ending on them going vacation somewhere?
They want to break out.
They want to get out of the house.
You gotta put them somewhere exciting and different.
Of the set that you've been seeing.
I thought Kel inherits a mansion that's haunted mansion.
Yeah, it's like another spooky thing.
Because I remember distinctly, there's a joke about the maid is both mute and born without eyelids, and so every shot she's in, she's intensely staring at the camera. And I was like, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. I once wrote in college, well, I was on like my dorms, like I guess board, or what. I was like a hall representative. I was supposed to be the voice of people. I never did much, and like I would sometimes help out with events because that's what I was good at. But we did one where it was a murder mystery, and I wrote everything.
Oh, cool!
And I made a character, literally just called Shifty Eyed Man. So I couldn't come up with a better name in time. And all I wanted him to do during the dinner was to look incredibly suspicious. Wear a long trench coat, and we had the perfect guy on staff who could do it.
Perfect. Because
he's usually pretty clammed. He's good at like physical, but he's pretty clammed up. And I wanted him to, like, literally for 3 hours, you're gonna do nothing, but look suspicious,
guilty of something.
Probably the hardest part because you're not gonna be playing off anybody.
No,
you are gonna look as suspicious as you possibly can. That was like my favorite thing to write.
That's really.
So I was like, because I was writing it, I was like, okay, everyone's interrelated, and I was like, I want to have someone who's out there, like who's the curveball. And then I almost made him the murderer just for.
That's like the double. It's a double bluff.
Just to fuck with people.
All these people with great motives, and then that guy, Steven.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you think he's a murderer?
Look how fucking sweaty he is.
He's wearing a trench coat. It's indoors. It's like 90 degrees outside.
He kept putting on sunglasses and then like turning around a bunch.
But then they talked me out of it because like they're like, we were gonna be so mad at you. And
that's really
like,
funny.
It's gonna be super funny.
Fucking idiots! Of course he did it.
This 3-hour game where there's like a prize at the end. And I picked the joke answer as the true answer.
So I don't know if I said this to you. I describe Miami as.
I've never heard a good thing about Miami. Can I tell you that? Like,
yes.
Every single person I've ever met who was in Miami had a horrible time.
I would describe Miami as Las Vegas without any charm.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's close to what a lot of people are. But yeah, like, so I don't know. So you met Florida Man.
I did. I met a Florida man.
Yeah.
Florida Man beat
a lot more
man.
A lot more, how do I put it? Wholesome than I thought it would be, because it's Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, that one was yeah. Florida's just trippy. I don't know if anybody listening will appreciate this. I think you will specifically. Okay. So I'm in.
We have a regular listeners from Florida, so I'm like,
oh, do we?
I wonder if they're getting a kick out of this. But
when I was down there, well, maybe you'll enjoy this anecdote. When I was down there doing my regular work, that was in the office, doing that. It's 8:30 in the morning, and I'm waiting to be let go so I can go home and sleep.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, are you sure we're gonna see you tomorrow?" And I said, "No, I've been here 6 days. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I get to tomorrow. I can't come in." And they're like, "Oh, what are you doing?" It's like, "No, I work.
I'm leaving home.
I'm going. Yeah." And
no, you live here now. And they chain you to the desk.
But I was basically like saying like, no, it's 6 days in a row. I can't work 7 days in a row. Like because of the law. And I tried to explain this, and they're like, "What do you? I don't understand."
No. Oh no.
And I was like, "Yeah, like the law that you can't work an employee 7 days in straight. You have to let them off 1 day a week."
Unless they voluntarily take up time.
Yeah, exactly.
Which happened to me last holiday.
Exactly.
But I really needed the money.
and they're like, "Oh no, not in Florida. We can make you work every day a full shift. That's not a thing."
Yeah.
That's a nightmare. I'm going home. Bye.
That's why people are crazy over there.
Fucking people are. That's why people are. That's why people do Oxy. So I left there, and then I went up to San Francisco for 2 days as well. And that was nice. That's nice. Yeah.
That's cool. You know what I just realized? We're 30 minutes in, and I haven't explained what this podcast is going to be.
You know what? It's fine.
Because people are probably wondering, is this the anniversary one? No. The thing is, Nick got called in for work like at the last minute, and we really want all three of us to be here to do the anniversary thing. Plus, as we said, the anniversary podcast will be a live thing.
Yeah.
That I will let everyone know beforehand so they can be ready to send us questions. And we're just going to answer questions.
Yeah.
For, I don't know, 2 hours, like 2 or 3 hours or something.
Sure.
And then, like, we'll do a live stream where we're hanging out with everyone doing, like, Jackbox or something.
Yeah.
Something fun. And like,
something for the kids.
Something for everyone. Except people who can type. And, like...
Specifically you, everyone.
So what we're going to do today is, like, a small Halloween special. Small thing. We're still going to do a Halloween stream, but that's going to be closer to actual Halloween. Well, this will probably come out on Halloween, so I guess it already happened. And, like...
Hey, I hope you enjoyed that.
Hey, I hope you had that. I have a very specific game to picked out, because, as I've said, the spooky games I'm going to pick that make us play through will always be something that's specific to the person I'm going to make playing. Okay. Since I'm going to make Ian play this, like, show something very particular. And we already did Sonic Dreams last.
We did, and that was a nightmare.
Year. That was, oh god, it was so good. I learned how to do FL Studio for that video. So what we're gonna do is top 5 spooky things.
Okay.
We made lists. I have no idea what's on Ian's list, but we will be asking each other's questions.
Alrighty.
And it'll be what's spooky, and we'll each ask each other one question, and then they'll answer, and then back and forth. And we have 5, and I'm calling this segment Storyteller Cast Spooky Top 5 Spooky Things 2 for 1 Special Spooky Special.
It's like watching Hemingway work.
It is. I tried to get as many S's as I could.
Which
Storyteller Cast has 3 S's already.
I feel like a chump. I just titled mine Top 5 Spookies.
Top 5 Spookies. I love long-winded titles. That's all.
You are a big fan of Edwardian fiction.
I am.
You love
The sentence is technically coherent.
Technically,
in that everything is in its proper place.
But
it's ridiculous.
And it's got a semicolon in it.
And it changes topics halfway through. I love that shit. I live for that. There's a favorite one of mine that I feel like I'll butcher if I don't look it up, so I'm going to try to look it up by the end of the stream.
Okay.
Or the end of the stream. Fuck. By the end of the podcast.
Do it again! We'll do it again!
So, Storyteller Cast, Spooky Top 5 Spooky Things, 2 for 1 Spooky Special. So we'll go. I'll go first since I suggested this.
Yes.
That way we can settle format.
Okay.
Number 1. Top spooky book. Something easy. It's a nice curveball.
Top spooky book. Weirdly, I think one of the books that comes to mind as far as like actually gave me a frighten.
Okay.
Was Misery.
Really?
That book really scares me.
It's bad. It's real. It's like.
It's very.
Yeah.
I think it's
as a writer, especially. That's
as a writer in particular.
It's like a nightmare.
I think it's just because even though
that's Misery by Stephen King.
Misery by Stephen King.
You probably know the movie
with Kathy Bates.
With the great Kathy Bates.
Amazing.
She's fucking good at everything she does. It's the one where she ties the writer down to right after he gets hit by a truck.
She saves him from a snowbank, and then learns that in his latest novel, he is killing off his main character.
Yeah. Because
he'd like to start doing other things.
Yeah, to do another thing.
And she not only burns that manuscript, but then tortures him until he writes a new book where she doesn't die.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that Misery just is more scary to me just because I feel like that could happen.
Yeah.
Like that
especially nowadays, yeah.
Especially nowadays. Yeah. Like, the amount that the internet feels like a crowd feels entitled.
Voltron's like the first example that comes to my mind.
That was the exact thing I was going to say. A crowd feeling
Voltron
entitled
seems like a nightmare
to tell you how it ought to be, what it should and shouldn't be. Having said that, it ended badly, but still.
But yeah, it was one of those things I really didn't feel like it was the fault of the...
Yeah.
Because it was too many things now. It was literally too many cooks because they kept doing ideas. Which sucks because they were doing really good ideas on their own.
I think the first three are incredibly strong. Maybe 4 I'll have to rewatch.
Yeah. And then, I don't think people had to get into it because I thought what they were going for was actually excellent, working out.
I liked the idea. I was actually all game for the idea of, this is a digression slightly, but I was kind of all game for the idea of Voltron eventually passing the mantle down to someone, because that feels like a very mecha thing.
Yeah, that's absolutely a super mecha thing. That the
one crew passes
on,
and then you can still keep the original characters in as
the mice are in there, and those are
mentors.
Yeah.
And then now you get to explore all these new characters, and you can have your old characters now be the wise, teachers. But some people don't want to
want that. And then you get into the weird stuff where everyone's shipping everyone, and now you have shit.
Shall I?
Yeah, hang on. I'll disconnect it.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Do 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 do.
But anyway, that's the nightmare where your creation isn't yours anymore. But I guess there's also the argument that
the author's dead.
The author's dead. 2, that once the story is out there, it is no longer your story. It is the public story. But if it's a series, I don't know how much.
Can I say? Yeah. I think that I don't think an audience is entitled to tell an artist, this is what you should be doing.
Yeah.
But I then think of something else. I think of other circumstances where I don't think it's also out of the question that the artist is open to suggestion, such as with I feel like Marvel does that.
Marvel literally asks people
just crowdsources, what do you want?
Like on the crew, the day they were filming shit for Endgame, how should this... Literally the way the Life Stone happened, was supposed to be the opposite until people on the crew were watching it being filmed. They were like, yeah, maybe you should try it this way.
Which one was the life... What scene are we talking
about? That was the one with Scarlett Johansson, or Black Widow, and Ronin, or Hawkeye.
Okay.
And Red Skull. And
where they jump off the thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not spoilers.
That was supposed to go the opposite way.
Where Hawkeye dies?
Yeah.
Oh, and they were like...
And they were like, yeah, Scar... don't take that away from Black Widow. Or, like, there was, like, a long conversation and then went that way, which I honestly do think it was a better choice.
Yeah.
Overall. I honestly think the way that thing ended was the best. The way that scene happens was the best way it could have happened.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't think it could have been any better.
I think they really handled... the idea of ending something that's 10 years running.
Yeah.
That's already
That's
huge.
Crazy. That's fucking nuts.
Bananas.
Yeah, that's nuts to me.
And the fact that I still think it's so good is kind of...
It's crazier.
Is a testament to the fact that it must be amazing.
Yeah.
In my mind...
Yeah.
Everybody has written their own end to that.
Uh-huh.
It's the same as if you watch a TV show for 8 years. Mm-hmm. You have an individual, a feeling, well, I know how this should end. Mm-hmm. And that's why people are often disappointed by the finales of TV shows. So the fact that they pulled this off, and most people are generally, like, of the opinion that it's positive, proves to me that they pulled off a fucking miracle.
Yeah, that they literally pulled off. Yeah. Yeah, no other best way to put it is a miracle.
Yeah. And then I learned about Spider-Man while I was away, and I was so happy.
And then now it's been, But yeah.
Fuck.
So, we'll see what... Yeah. Movies are crazy.
Movies are crazy, guy.
No, and then that whole thing made me go, no wonder I kept out of the drama of movies, because, like, it fucking changes every
fucking week.
Every fucking, So, I'm just going to let it happen for now, like I've been doing.
And also the fact that Marvel is, at this point, kind of like the reborn studio system.
Yeah.
They're like classic MGM and all that. So, like, well, one meeting goes fucking bad, and you get news reports like, well, $10 trillion won't be going to all these people.
Yeah.
And then it goes right, and it's like, oh, it turns out everything's fine.
Everything worked out.
But it's like, these are cataclysmic amounts of money that are...
It's more money than you can ever, like, fathom. Like...
It's like a comical amount.
Yeah.
It's an amount of money.
It's like even if I explained it to you, you like... I wouldn't be able to give it the gravity that amount of money holds.
It sounds like
today's world.
It's weird that this is what came to my mind. The only thing I can think of is it's like the Austin Powers film where he asks for what is like $1 trillion from John F. Kennedy.
Yeah.
And the joke is it's a joke that you would say that number. It's not real. My monkey brain wasn't evolved to understand that.
So much money.
That's my only reasonable response to you saying that number.
Like, I'm never gonna see like that much money in total.
If you counted all the money that touched these fingers, not even close.
Not even close.
My arm is not long enough for the jerk-off motion that is in my heart.
I still freak out when I see, like, $100 bill. Because, like, I go, where did you get that?
What kind of... I may be coloring myself, but as a certain kind of person, what kind of fucking crazy person goes wandering about, traipsing around $100 bill in a... Okay. That's fine.
Oh,
you making a down payment on a house?
Oh, yeah. Anyway, all I have to say, Misery, is that there is, on the, like, a more primal level, I think loss of autonomy.
Yeah.
Like, although specifically that book, I feel that whole thing is about more the creative outlet. Yeah. Is being, like, I think that could also be applied to you're working the trenches and just drawing shit. Like, you're doing the Korean sweatshops where you're drawing the fucking Simpsons over and over again or something.
Yes.
Well, yeah, go ahead. Top spooky thing. Whatever you got.
My top one, I gave you a little leeway with it.
Yeah, I did a softball, one for the first.
Number one.
Number one.
Do you remember that YouTube series?
Dude, there's like a million list ones. Which one?
I think it's just called Top 15, and that guy's voice makes me smile every time.
Oh, really?
It's so funny.
Is that guy who did he's like, I think British or Irish or something, but he did, it would just be like fucking a Muso game.
What?
Like every other 3.
I've got to check that out.
I have to send you that video because it's pretty good.
He's like a guy who he does a lot of like found footage stuff where he claims like,
oh really?
15.
Oh shit!
Is this film of a demon in a Spanish woods? Some people.
Man, we should just watch. I still have a soft spot of watching, like what looks like found footage or like fake footage.
Yes.
Even if I know it's like fake.
It's clearly
yeah.
It's clearly like bullshit. Like there's one of his where he did like a haunted house thing of like proof of ghosts. And it was like that very viral video of a maintenance man going into a hotel room.
Yeah.
And then you see like a
ghost.
It seems like a ghost come out and there's like screaming.
Yeah.
Is this proof of a ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorites is like there's a parking lot video and then an angel falls out of the sky.
Dude, yes,
that one's like my favorite one.
It's because it's crazy, right?
Because it's insane.
It's
if it happens.
And
then he takes off, and then like 5 seconds, 2 people run onto the screen.
One of my favorite subgenres of those. Is it only seems to happen in Latin America.
Okay.
I don't know that
is
that's
it the
wrong.
Flying People?
I did not. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yes.
Also loud. That's South America specifically.
If you look at some videos from like Mexico, the Caribbean.
Yeah.
I don't know about South America. Definitely the Caribbean and Mexico. So many found footage videos of like people having a birthday party for a kid, and then they're like, "El Duende come through," and it just looks like an old, like a foot tall little man, like runs across the background, and then all the children scream and run after it. I love those because first of all, that's very specific, and second of all, like, why isn't anyone else filming little tiny people running out under your bed, running out under your washing machine? I love them, and also they all make like a weird like little animal noise usually,
Alright. Did you see that? I don't know if you saw on Twitter, but someone was passing around a clip from what was that fucking movie? It was the same director who made the latest Fantastic Four movie.
Fuck.
The one where it's literally found footage and it's the kids with powers. Chronicle. And they were passing around the scene where it's the kid in the lightning storm. Like flying as like found footage.
Oh my god, for real?
And then the first comment is it's from the movie Chronicle, asshole. I like that comment has like way more likes than
That's fucking amazing. Could this be proof of superhuman abilities? The Russian government doesn't want us to know.
I was looking at it, I was like, I've seen this somewhere.
Definitely. This seems really high quality.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Okay.
Alright, so go ahead.
My number one is spookiest place to be alone or in a group.
Ooh, spookiest place, my head. 2, my head. Okay, well, let's try to make it a little bit more fun. I guess like physical or metaphysical. No. Physical space to be alone.
Yeah.
In one to answer both questions.
Yeah.
An elevator.
Man, yeah, actually.
An elevator, a slow moving elevator.
Were you ever in my elevator?
No.
That's right. Okay. When I was in
I have a very specific elevator too, but like go ahead.
When I was in K-Town, I was living in that 100-year-old building.
Yeah.
And it had one of those like crosshatch elevator doors. That was built in 1921.
Yeah.
And every single fucking time it was terrifying because the back wall was plywood that was nailed to it. And you could see all around the top of it and out the door. You're a concrete hole.
Yeah.
It was fucking nightmarish. Yeah. What's your elevator?
There's an elevator. Me and actually I think Call Me Applespot talked about this because we both went to the same college.
That's right.
There's an elevator in our science building, Building 8.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the middle one of the 3 elevators that are there. And it moves incredibly slow compared to everything else, and even shakes a little when it gets close to a 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's the kind not shake. I mean, it's like the drop, and then
Jesus fucking.
So it's enough to.
So it does what a mean older brother does.
A mean older brother does. Every time.
Oh, it's gonna drop.
Yeah. So elevators are good because the easy answer is to say, "Ooh, abandoned warehouse," or like, but I feel like you're getting into, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Whereas elevators, you're supposed to believe that someone is expecting it. In fact, they put up when the last inspection was, or at least they should, every time.
And if not, what are you doing?
What the fuck? Why are you writing this thing? Yeah. So I'll say elevators. Elevators are spooky.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
All right, let me get the next one. Number 2, top spooky celebrity.
Fuck.
I just thought I had to put celebrity in that at some point.
So. I've got 2 that I can think of.
Okay.
I'll try and the answer of person that would scare me. It would be that I would find actually genuinely spooky would be Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves, you find spooky?
I find him spooky.
Like as a person?
As a person, yeah. I think that like he's a great actor, but I also think that like he's got something else going on, guys.
Well, he's been through a lot of emotional trauma, and that's probably why he looks like that. And he's so contemplative about everything else. Yeah.
He's very introspective, and I also feel like, I don't know, when I look at Keanu, I just think like, what is going on with this guy? He's a ticking time bomb. He's gonna kill us all.
Contrary to everyone else who has ever said anything about Keanu, and that he's like the nicest person.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
I'm not gonna say your answer's wrong because you feel. What's your second top spooky celebrity?
Lynch, but I think that's kind of what he steers into it. He steers into it.
He lives in that.
I knew someone whose brother was his personal assistant for 7 years.
What the fuck? Okay, that's a book waiting to happen.
And I know I really should get in touch with him.
You should. We're 3 degrees. Well, I'm 3 degrees.
You're 3 degrees.
You're 2 degrees.
I'm 2 degrees.
From David
Lynch.
Yeah.
And he told me a story about David Lynch that just kind of stuck in my brain forever. And after having seen David Lynch act like just talk, I know that it's true.
Yeah.
Which is
it's too specific to not be him.
I told you the story about him so David was having a dinner party in the neighborhood in LA that he lives in.
Okay.
Where Kyle MacLachlan obviously was.
Yeah.
And then he had like a handful of other people. And also he invited his personal assistant. Said, you're always here. Do great work. Please join me. And so he has like a very nice catered dinner.
Yeah.
Everyone's being served. But David, through the entire thing, is very rarely making eye contact with anyone because he has a 2 foot by 2 foot glass box.
Yeah.
Like a flat glass box in front of him at the head of the dinner table, and it's filled with cork.
Okay.
At the back, and on the cork is a series of embalmed roaches and butterflies.
Okay.
Now, also imagine that like famous people are eating their food,
and he wants to look at his.
And he's taking a pair of pliers and rearranging, like organizing his dead bug collection at the table. Continuing conversation with everybody, but never once looking up from what he's doing. And I thought, well, yeah.
Yeah, I can't even say that's rude if you're still keeping up conversation.
You're keeping up conversation.
Yeah.
You've invited all these lovely people together.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Sorry I couldn't think of someone more fun. Like, I don't know. I guess...
I don't know. Keanu's pretty fun, man.
Keanu's pretty fun. I guess, like, I should have said, like, Wesley Snipes. He's terrifying.
Oh, yeah. He didn't want to open his eyes, like, in the movie, and, like...
What's this? Wesley Snipes, I think, lives in a different parallel dimension.
Too. That's what everyone says. Or at least I've heard of Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes...
What's he even up to?
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, he's rich and high. He doesn't need anything
he doesn't
else.
need anything.
He's good.
Because Marshall Ali's going to play Blade, and, like...
Dude, I am so excited for...
Oh, it's like the most perfect pick, dude. Like...
And so I'm imagining that when they really change the status quo with the new Doctor Strange, I've got a lot of money riding on the multiverse of madness being where a lot of shit. Oh, I haven't even told you what my theory is for the new big bad is.
Who do you think is the big bad?
Wanda.
You think it's gonna be Wanda?
I think Scarlet Witch turns traitor.
I think they're gonna get someone else.
Okay.
I think they're gonna get someone new.
You think they're gonna go straight
cool
Galactus?
If it's Wanda.
Well, because there's precedent for her.
I thought they were gonna go Galactus because they got back Fantastic. Didn't they get back Fantastic Four?
They did, but I mean, why start with Galactus in the first Fantastic? That's a mistake.
Yeah. Well, those movies aren't part of Chris Evans. Is the Human Torch in those movies.
True.
Those movies aren't canon.
Wouldn't it be fantastic?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be fantastic if
Chris
Evans has retired as
Yeah.
Captain America?
Yeah.
And then they start it, and now Chris Evans is a whole other guy.
Yeah. Killmonger was Human Torch in the last Fantastic Four.
Holy fuck, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Those movies don't exist in the Marvel universe.
I just like the idea because they're doing Vision and Wanda and Vision.
Yeah.
And Quicksilver is not dead anymore.
Oh, that's true.
Because he's a main character in the show.
Yeah.
And it's the 50s for some reason. So here's my...
Because he ran so fast.
He ran so fast. He went
back to the 50s.
Yeah. My general kind of idea of what's probably going to happen is they're going to do House of M.
House of M? Oh, okay. Maybe.
Like, Wanda finds out, no, none of this happened. Your husband died saving the world.
Yeah.
And then your brother died way before that.
Mm-hmm. I'm fairly certain this phase is going to be... I'm of the opinion it's a transitional phase, like... That.
It's setting up whatever's next. But
the next phase will be when, like, stuff starts happening to go towards the big bad.
I agree. I feel like Phase 4 is just kind of palate cleanser.
I want Doctor Doom.
I
want Doctor Doom's country.
What's it called? Wachovia?
No.
Something like that?
All I know is it has Doom Bucks. And that's
so fucking tight.
And it's the name of the money.
Also, Doctor Doom as a character is amazing because he's basically everything.
He is everything.
He's a doctor and a priest and the president.
Yeah, that's right.
And a vampire hunter.
Right. There's like 50 people in this country, man. There's not
like man.
Yeah. It's like Underland. In the Venture Bros. It's probably in someone's backyard. And
I fucking do the throwaway joke at the end of that first Unterland is the best. Yeah. Welcome to Maryland. It's so fucking funny. So is it next to the Capitol? Is an evil foreign nation?
And it's barren.
Barren and irradiated.
Yeah.
And it's like three miles away from Washington.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I really love it. Like a country with slavery and like a secret resistance.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're on a volcano.
but
that never comes up. Like...
Yeah, where is a volcano on the East Coast? Anyway,
or it's the joke.
It doesn't matter. It's fine. Also, like, is Spider Island in the Caribbean? Do you think?
It's gotta be.
I just think because the Ventures are either in Arizona.
It's wherever Johnny Quest Island took place.
Shoot, that could be in the Pacific then.
Yeah,
maybe.
So it's in the Pacific.
Okay.
It's by like Alaska.
It's really far north.
It's tropical.
You wouldn't imagine. You wouldn't imagine.
It's like by the tail. You know that tail that comes out all the way from Alaska?
It's right between Russia and Japan.
Yeah. Used to be the bridgeway between the old world and the new world, and that's how we got... Okay.
Read a book.
Pangea was fucking crazy, man.
Man.
You ever heard of land bridges? Land bridges are crazy.
Back in my day, we had land...
And it's like we all immediately saw that and crossed it.
Yeah, we were like, let's do that.
Let's do that. So we broke away from the cradle of civilization.
Africa.
Yeah, that was the last prevailing theory. There's probably a new theory out there that's better.
Yeah. That
I haven't read up on.
I just, I think in my mind, I just imagine the first society Neil Gaiman wrote about in Sandman, where it's like a great glass city in the heart of Africa.
Oh, yeah. I think he was super excited by the notion of Wakanda.
I mean...
Because that's what it felt like to me.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah. Also, Ape City is...
I'm sorry.
Ape City's invisible, though. Like...
Stop!
And there's a sign that says "Welcome to Ape City."
It's just
in the cartoon.
It's just
like, why would they have a sign?
Because it's a secret city.
It's a secret city.
It's just that the name of that is so ridiculous.
It's called Ape City.
Because it sounds like what I always told you. My pet peeve was lazy sci-fi writers.
Yeah.
Who just take
That's
a noun.
Totally what it is.
Take a noun and add a weird adjective.
Blank City.
Right,
Blank City. That's what my 5-year-old brain used to do. So like
exactly, oh no, it's no, we can't have pirates. They're in outer space. Space pirates.
Hey, space pirates are dope, bro. like I have a thing for space pirates.
Oh, we're being attacked.
Man, okay. No. I was playing Indivisible, a new game by Lab Zero. This is their first game since Skullgirls. And Skullgirls is, in my opinion, one of, if not at the very least, competing with the best fighting game of all time. It's an RPG, and they're really good at making characters. And there's a pirate, and it's a lady pirate, and I was already into that as soon as I saw her. And then she has a thing for this other lady, Thorani, and she's great. And now I'm like, man, I want both of them to be like happy. And like, and I hope it works out. But then that's when it fully clicked, where I was like, man, I really do have a thing for like pirate ladies, and I have no idea why.
We've all got a thing.
It's so crazy because I think like Space Patrol Lilico. I'm like, everyone get out of the way. Lilico's mom's here, and she's like a space pirate. Like,
have you seen Disenchanted?
Yeah, Disenchantment.
Disenchantment, sorry.
Yeah, the new season.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It's better.
It's better.
Well,
yeah, I know. That's it's better. Boy, do they go through arcs fast.
Yeah, they burn them off.
They go through them.
Also, do you feel like the show is not as... I think I said this before.
Yeah.
The show just generally isn't as dense with jokes.
Super is not.
It's got just a lot more... It feels like set up for
someone makes a quip somewhere, but there's not.
Yeah. I mean, when the jokes hit, they're good. It's not like they're bad.
I tried some more out loud laughs.
Mm-hmm.
This one than I did the first one.
I mean, Jerry's great.
Jerry's great. Jerry's really great in that. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I still have the opinion they got to choose one or the other. Like, they got to go.
What's that?
Full on overarching story,
Uh-huh.
or you gotta do the Futurama thing where it's incredibly sparsed out, but each episode's hilarious.
Yeah, I feel like maybe that is better.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the narrative aspect might be distracting them.
I think so. It feels like it, because sometimes it feels like they just want to get through it.
Yeah.
And there's moments where it's like a breath of fresh air where, of course, that's how fast the problem would be.
Yeah.
Would happen. So. But at the same time, that means you're not setting up problems that are more complicated or, like, hard to get. I don't know, man. I hate telling people, because I want to be that guy that's like, you have to write it like this or anything. Yeah. Like, if they choose one or the other, I think that was possibly the best route, but maybe they'll come up with something.
I think we can all agree this middle road is not panning out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels like it to me.
Also, I feel like the review...
Also, it's still weird hearing Eric Andre and not just imagining the Eric Andre
him
show.
Screaming.
Yeah.
Him.
Yeah.
I can't... Do you remember... So you remember that comedian, Anthony Jeselnik?
Yeah.
Do you remember he had a talk show that Eric Andre was on?
Oh, yeah. There wasn't in like a... Doesn't he have a talk show right now?
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe I
He got a new show.
Okay.
Because he's like totally revamped a lot of his stand-up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Supposedly it's really good too, so I haven't gotten to check it
out. I just remember Eric Andre coming on to promote the Eric Andre show. Yeah. And they're having Anthony and another comedian are talking. Yeah. All the while, Eric just has his hands under the desk and he's doing something.
Yeah.
And you can't tell what is he doing for the longest time. And then, like, you start to hear gunshots, and he lit firecrackers and just threw them under the desk. And, like, it's so fucking funny to watch this guy who has a very clear persona that he has on stage suddenly, like, leap under his desk. It's so fucking good, man.
That's still one of my favorite Eric Andre bits is when, I forget who they did it to, but the desk falls apart, and, like, 3 little people actors
who are dressed exactly
like everyone are just acting out what's going on. That one's like one of the... Oh, it's so good.
It's fantastic. I like also when Eric has people... There's 2 people I can think of that are kind of like in it with him.
Yeah.
Because usually the point of the show is make the guests as uncomfortable as possible.
Those interviews are like hour to 2 hours long.
Like really long.
Yeah, in order to get...
Well, because also they put stuff that smells bad.
Yeah.
You can't... Like, stuff you can't
one
tell.
whole season, Eric didn't shower.
Yeah.
Or, like, groom himself.
And he wore the same suit over and over again. Yeah.
Man, Eric Andre show is great.
It's some
Man, it really looked like Hannibal kicked Flavor Flav in the face.
It sure did. It sure did.
They came out and said how they did it, and it's not true or anything. But boy, does it really look like Hannibal kicked Flavor Flav in the face.
When fucking the guy who's gonna be the new Blade was on that show too.
Yeah.
And his shit.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That show's so fucking good, man.
It's crazy.
There is no...
when Sinbad's there, and they spin the wheel, they're going, yeah, and it starts slowing down, yeah. And then it starts speeding back up, yeah. And then Sinbad gets up and stops the wheel. And he goes, you gotta stop that.
Questlove's in the house. Questlove, you're not in the house.
You were never in the house.
What? No. Questlove's in the house. Oh my fucking god, man. Anyway. Good answer.
Good answer. Oh, what did I just ask? Yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, man.
It's okay.
Okay. Number two. Spookiest thing to hear out loud in your home at night.
I love you.
God damn it. God damn it.
I do not do well with people showing affection.
But I'm also imagining that you went to bed alone.
Yeah.
And you just hear that in a dark room.
And it's got to be a caring voice. It can't be like a spooky
it's not spooky.
voice. Yeah.
It's like someone who earnestly probably means that.
Probably means it.
But also, I live by myself. Okay. Okay.
It's like the first one that came to my head, too.
God damn it.
Okay, number 3. Oh, we kind of touched upon this. Top spooky urban myth.
Urban myth. Fuck. So the thing that came to my mind isn't totally wrong, though. So I don't know if it's still a myth anymore.
Okay.
But snakes in your toilet.
Oh yeah, that's not a myth. That can happen.
That can happen.
Super happen.
And that's
granted if you're on a higher floor, like
far less likely.
Far less likely.
But when you live in a warm climate like this,
yeah,
more likely further south. But it happens here.
In like a more moist.
In a more moist atmosphere. Yeah. But yeah, the idea of an animal coming up while you're sitting on the toilet,
all desert areas,
that freaks me out, man.
Totally happen.
I watched that happen on the news.
Very unlikely, but it can happen.
It's not likely at all to happen.
Yeah,
it's
because they have to go through a lot of stuff in order to
a lot of stuff
in order for that to be the end result.
But yeah, that scares me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's more than likely gonna die.
More than likely, it's gonna choke to death on shit.
Yeah, or just get stuck and
and then die.
Just die because it's high.
And then they got a roto-rooter.
Yeah. Oh no, the worst. They'll dig into your backyard and lift out the septic tank.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man, I'm so glad I don't have a septic tank.
Same.
Every time I hear about a septic tank, it sounds like the worst thing to have near
Why
your
would
home.
anyone choose to have
It's like if there was any way, I would get rid of my water heater if I didn't like hot water, because that shit can just explode and kill everyone that's in the vicinity. Yeah. I don't know. Top spooky urban myth. Apparently, more often than not, people die in motels and their bodies are found underneath
the
beds. So that's why I never stay in motels.
Okay.
Well, that's not the only reason.
That's not the.
But there's something about someone having a key to your room and in a small space where you're alone.
And also, it's not yours.
Yeah.
You're a stranger.
I'd rather sleep in my car. Is the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Top spooky urban myth. Let me think. Because can I go with cryptids? Do cryptids count as urban myths? That's.
I think that's a.
Sewer gators are real.
Sewer gators.
But that's our fault.
Yeah.
Because people flush gators down the toilet.
Because people bought them as pets in the 60s.
It's fucking crazy. People are crazy. I don't know. Snake in the toilet's pretty good. You know what? I'll just go with cryptid.
Okay.
And California local. I think they're called the Napa Valley Walkers. There's those two weird alien wishbone things that walk.
Yeah,
is that Napa Valley? It might be somewhere else.
That's NorCal.
It's somewhere upper. It's near NorCal or mid.
Okay.
Center California. Those guys are cool. Because what even?
What would it do to you? Kick you?
Yeah. Why would it even be around? Because I mean, the easy one I say as a kid because I because it was Jersey Devil and it had the word devil in it.
It's a spooky guy.
Yeah, but you would know what that would do to you.
Yeah.
Now I'm Napa Valley Nightwalkers. What's up with that?
What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they're called the Shadow People or
Oh, okay.
The Native American ones where they're in the hills and they're tall giant shadow people.
Referenced in Mario, yeah.
Yes. Those are cool. Because that's another one where the myth is we're not even sure.
They're just around watching.
We think they're like watching the land.
Yeah.
But that's all they came up with. Yeah.
Well,
that's cool.
There's an
Sasquatch is like the OG. Like, what do you?
Have you seen the Bobcat? Bobcat Goldthwait made a movie about Sasquatch.
Oh, really?
And
probably watch it just because Sasquatch is cool, but like,
it's like a mockumentary kind of. The only people who are actors in it are the leads.
Okay.
And then they are genuinely talking to real people
who believe in
Sasquatch or are deniers of Sasquatch or whatever. And the premise of the movie touched on something that I had not heard until like I went to Portland a while back.
Okay.
That apparently Sasquatch has like a reputation for doing something very specific, which is he only kills men.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be he eats jackaling's beef jerky. Well, like
he's a fan of the wild side. But that
that's for like me. I'm like
no one else.
I didn't know he killed. I thought that was the thing. Like we haven't found anyone he killed.
I've yet to hear a story about that.
Yeah.
But that he steals women.
Okay.
Because humans, I guess, are close enough to his species.
Yeah. No, I know where the end of that story goes.
Yeah. But the end of the movie, and
I've never heard that. That's crazy.
Yeah. That was from like an old, I guess, tribal myth.
What about Yetis? Yetis are cool.
Yeah, Yetis don't do that shit.
Yeah.
They just like to climb mountains.
They climb mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And no one ever does anything because you go, look, that's a Yeti. Why would you ever fuck with that? So
I just wish that was. I wish so badly that like when the first Europeans explored the jungles of the mountainous jungles of Africa, and they saw the first great apes, silverback gorillas, that one of them said, "Well, let's go home. Let's not fuck with that." What do you want?
It's that question of like how many clones of you would it take to kill a gorilla?
God fucking damn it.
And I remember asking. Well, we've talked about this on podcast, but I always remember my coworker who said, "Oh, it would only take like 10 of me," and I went, "Are you crazy? Do you know?
Do you know how strong a gorilla is?"
I started getting more emotional about it than I thought I would. Do you not even know how big and just pure muscle mass gorillas are?
They're
yeah. Even that distended stomach, that's all muscle mass. That's something they can control.
Yeah.
Like your tissue. If you wanted to, you would be tissue paper to it, and you would be nothing. You would
Dude. Okay, so back in this is about 8 years ago?
Yeah, you fought a gorilla.
I fought a gorilla. And I fucked it up. About 10.
And now you're in charge of its tribe. And or what do they call a group of gorillas?
A clan?
A flock.
That
doesn't right.
A nest.
What? Who saw gorillas in the mist? What's...
And does anybody follow Jane Goodall's work?
Yeah, what's she up to? I thought so. Sigourney Weaver played her in How I Met Your Mother.
Well,
so
I mean, there you are.
I assume not, because they could have gone in.
Like, what's she doing?
Yeah.
Shoot, what was I gonna say about? Oh, yeah. There was that woman. There's a woman in the Netherlands who like really loved gorillas. Like she was fucking into them, but she knew nothing about them. Clearly, let me illustrate.
Okay.
She would go to the Amsterdam Zoo almost every day, like multiple times a week.
Okay.
And she loved looking at the gorilla enclosure, and she would watch the alpha. And she loved just, seeing. And the alpha would constantly come all the way up to the glass and look back at her.
Wow.
And she was like, "Oh my god, this gorilla... we're like vibing, like this gorilla...
We're vibing.
This gorilla... this gorilla... It gets me. It's looking me right in the eyes, and it won't look away. Like it's this is like when two people connect.
Yeah.
And what she didn't understand is in gorilla culture, making direct eye contact to a male is a threat.
Yeah.
And the longer you hold it, the more angry they get.
Yeah.
And that gorilla broke out and did things to her and several people in Amsterdam. It got all the way out of the zoo. And because it was so bad, this gorilla went on a rampage, and it was eventually tranquilized and brought back. The Amsterdam Zoo now, at the ticket booth, are like, when they hand out tickets, they will give you like eclipse glasses.
Okay.
But the front has eyes painted like looking off to the side, so that you can look at without threatening the animal. Yeah. But it also, I think, makes it look like everyone's being very sarcastic.
Yeah, very. Well, someone had fun. Oh man, those are cool. I have a picture. I think where the fuck's my phone? And it has a list, has a comprehensive list, not comprehensive, but it has a good list of American myths and where they're at.
Okay.
So because I'm trying to remember the name of one of them.
You know the hide behind?
I think they're called just the Men in Black, and it's this place where all of a sudden a group of like agents, like field agents or whatever, they were all in black suits and everything, started showing up and sealing off places. And now it's like, if you go anywhere near that, that's who you're gonna meet up with. The Man in Black at Shaman's Portal in Oklahoma. Beaver Dunes Park is the Bermuda Triangle. This is the thing I'm reading.
Yeah.
It was done by the artist. I think it has the name on here. Anyway, the pictograph is called The Scariest Urban Legends in Each State. Scary and terrifying creatures and ghost stories from the U.S. It's from Tidal Max. Anyway, the Men in Black at Shaman's Portal, Beaver Dunes Park, is the Bermuda Triangle of Oklahoma. This is the description. With weird disappearance dating back as far as Coronado's time, when his men disappeared in flashes of green light. In recent times, archaeologists have been chased away from the site by mysterious government officials, according to superstition. Anyone who learns anything about what's truly buried underneath the sand disappears.
That is spooky.
That is spooky.
I just heard you're talking about the United States. I just heard my first Hawaiian urban myth.
Oh yeah, which one? Oh, is it? Hang on, it might be on here. But go ahead.
It's the drowned girl of something lagoon.
Oh yeah, that's not what I'm looking
at. I forget the name of the lagoon because I'm not familiar with Hawaiian language, but on the main island there's like this beautiful big lagoon that's a part of a national park.
Yeah. And
it's a pretty standard urban myth. You might see a pretty young lady walking out among the trees in tall grass.
Yeah.
And if you walk up to her, she might strike up a conversation.
To ask you how the Mets are doing.
And she might get you to come back with her alone to the lagoon. And then you realize how cold she is. And then she drowns you.
Then she drowns you. Okay. That's cool.
It's spooky.
Yeah, it's spooky. They also have night marchers.
Ooh, what's that?
They're deadly ghosts of ancient Hawaiian warriors that march on the waters during nights honoring ancient gods. The night marchers are heralded like chanting and conch shells. If you hear that, run. Because I think you're supposed to like march with them or something.
If I hear a conch shell in the dead of night,
that's pretty spooky.
That would spook me already.
That is spooky. Very spooky.
I was just telling someone this actually the other night.
Yeah.
I love going to the beach at night.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's the best. But I also acknowledge I could be murdered very easily.
It's super easy.
Very, very
That's
easy.
why you don't actually go into the water at night.
Yes.
That's like the worst thing you do.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
But if I was out on the beach by myself at night, which I have done.
Yes.
And I suddenly just heard a multitude of voices and conch blowing.
Yeah.
I would think, maybe I should go.
Yeah.
I think I should leave.
Yeah. Someone's holding a ritual. And I
don't want to be any part of it.
You don't want to be part of it. All right. So it's your turn, right? I just asked you top spooky urban myth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm on 3?
Yes.
Okay. This is dumb.
Okay.
I hope this... Okay. Number 3.
Number 3.
The spookiest tree-dwelling mammal.
Spookiest tree-dwelling mammal? Sasquatch. No, like, I don't know, man. Squirrels, what are they thinking?
What are they up to?
What do you think? One of the best American Dad bits...
Dude...
is about the squirrel.
And they just do Gilbert. It's just the movie Gilbert Grape.
Gilbert Grape. Who married Gilbert Grape? No, that, and they also do the president squirrel.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
I want that plot thread to come back.
I want that to come back.
American Dad has actually a lot of really strong B plots that it...
I should see where they're at now, because, like...
Soren's the head writer on it? No.
He's not the head writer.
Oh, he's not? Okay.
No, he's a writer. I don't think he's the head writer.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's just spooky, tree-dwelling, drop bears.
Those are spooky.
Yeah, because it has one of my favorite stories is in regard to drop bears, and it's Kevin Smith talking about like drop bears actually being afraid, and everyone go, "What are you, stupid? Drop bears they're a myth."
Yeah.
Happened. And then Neil Gaiman was hanging out with Neil Gaiman for a reason. It was like an event or thing, and he's like going to Australia, and then he jokes, "Yeah, I gotta watch out for those drop bears." And then Neil Gaiman turns to him and goes, "Oh no, Kev, drop bears are a real thing to worry about." And then he goes, "What? Tell me more, Neil Gaiman." And he pulls all this evidence of here's like the first recorded stuff of drop bears.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So drop bears are spooky.
I want
Neil Gaiman.
I want Neil Gaiman to fuck with me too.
Or he really believes in it.
Or maybe really, yeah.
And maybe he's right. Drop bears are spooky.
Drop bears are very spooky.
Yeah. I don't know. You got one top?
Aye.
Eyes are spooky.
Have you seen those things?
Yeah.
They're creepy.
Fucking
They're
gross.
scary.
Yeah.
They look like, when I was reading, this is a weird...
Well, people view them as bad luck, like where they're in their native habitat.
If they point at you with their... Because they do have like one nightmare finger.
Yeah.
Just like huge...
And if they point at you, you're like...
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're doomed. You're cursed. Yeah. When I was a kid, I remember reading a Dr. Seuss book about pets.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if this sounds familiar to you.
No.
There's like a book where Dr. Seuss talks about all the pets you could have.
Yeah. Dog pet, cat pet, fish pet,
rat pet,
rat pet, snake pet, alligator pet,
opossum,
opossum,
bear, over there. But one of them was just this drawing of what looks like a bipedal mouse underneath a waterfall.
Yeah.
Like the water's parting its weird matted hair. Mm-hmm. And it bummed me out as a kid.
Oh, really?
Because it had huge eyes and then very, like, two little rat fangs.
Yeah.
And it looks like an eye. And I think that's, like, burned into my brain now. Yeah. That's like, if you ever go in a waterfall, that fucking thing's gonna be there.
It's gonna be there.
It's like,
It's fucking eye.
Fucking eyes are scary, man.
Eyes are spooky, man. Dare I say, some of the top spooky tree-dwelling animals. Number 4. Number 4, top spooky impersonation.
That I can do?
I don't know. Like, I wrote that, and I have no idea what I meant. That you can do, you've seen someone do.
My friend does a really good Vincent Price, and I'll try and do it now.
Alright, go. This is your interpretation of your friend doing Vincent Price.
Yeah, this is my impression of his impression. My wife is so unusual. That's all. That's it. He was also in Fall of the House of Usher.
Oh, okay.
I remember he did because he did a few versions of like Edgar Allan Poe stories.
Yes,
that was hot. And so I remember he has a line that I can't get out of my head ever, which is, "Praise me softly. Each sound you make is exquisite agony to my ears." Anyway, yeah. Because Usher's the curse of the house was that their senses are like super intense. I don't know. I here. Okay, I have a real answer.
Okay.
I have a great answer.
Okay.
Deepfakes. That's the spookiest.
Deepfakes? Yeah, deepfakes are fucking terrifying.
That's fucking horrifying, man.
Yeah. It's dystopian nightmare shit.
It is.
Like, whoever put that out there, I think should be charged for a war crime. Because, like, that's... or a crime against humanity.
Oh, yeah. They need to be brought to the Hague.
You've created an incredibly powerful weapon.
Oh, yeah. And not just politically.
Yeah.
You could do that because it's affordable now.
Uh-huh.
And anybody can do it.
Anybody can do it. There's a fucking YouTube channel that does nothing but that.
So, like, beyond making Jordan Peele's speeches show up on Barack Obama's apparently real face. Yeah. Did you watch Cody Johnson do his bit on? He did a bit.
No, it's the latest video, right?
It's
like,
one of his.
I haven't watched it.
It's really good. So I watched it and it's fascinating. So I promise this will come back to our wheelhouse. Okay. So the state of New York is trying to stop deepfakes. Yeah. Because one of the things that was brought up to them is, so anybody can get it. It's not just going to be people doing stuff politically. It may be used just on Joe Schmo. Yeah. And one of the ways it may be used is to fake adult videos of people. Yeah. To basically fuck with them. Yeah. Or if you want just like, I mean, the beginning of the internet, fake porn videos of real celebrities. Yeah. Also a thing. So the state of New York tried to pass this law recently that would basically put a copyright on the human body held by each individual's person. Okay. So that is to say, you own the copyright to your body. Your body. Entirely. Yeah. And nobody can use it without written express permission from you. And they cannot use a simulation of your body. Yeah. Or that's copyright infringement. And the law didn't pass because the way it was worded meant that, like, a biopic is a crime now. Yeah. Or, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or, like, doing a painting of a public figure could potentially be a crime. Yeah. So, yeah. It's it's definitely something.
And also, what if people are allowed to buy those copyrights? Yeah. That's like terrifying.
What if a corporation can own the image of your body? Your image, yeah. And what if you know, I know this wouldn't really happen, but what if, like, you're a young, impressionable person who just turned 18, and a corporation offered you a fist ton of money for the rights to that? Yeah. I mean, that'd be terrifying if we let that happen. But you know, I mean,
that's why it shouldn't have been invented, man.
It's really fucking alarming. Yeah. Did you watch the one with it's Steve Buscemi on Jennifer Hudson's, I think Jennifer Hudson.
That sounds terrifying.
It's horrifying. It is fucking nightmarish.
Like, no, I'm gonna stand by. I feel people are gonna. It sounds extreme, and it sounded extreme when I said it, but now I'm like even more thinking. No, I think he should have been charged with a war crime.
The chair for all of them.
With the crime against humanity, because that is one of the most powerful weapons I've ever seen. Like,
it's legitimately terrifying. Yeah. And let's just, you know, I'm gonna say this. You don't need that technology to already muddy the waters for people. Yeah. So this is just a whole other bullshit to do. Mm-hmm. You know, so yeah, that stuff that's spooky. Spooky, guys. Be sure to write your congressman. Look
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, so it's your turn.
Oh, it's mine. Okay.
Yeah. It was number 4.
I hope you take this in a funny way.
Okay.
Because I'm now looking at it and I'm like, this could be sad very quickly. Don't.
Okay.
Number 4. Scariest message from medical office.
Oh, the scariest. We did everything.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Scariest message. Guess what?
Is it just
you
that?
Just see that.
And I text from your doctor. Hey, guess what?
Guess what? What's crack-a-lackin'?
And you realize
he's going to rearrange your spine. Let's see. He retired, but I was training under him.
Jesus. Oh my god. I've got one that I always really liked.
Okay.
Was a therapist saying,
yeah.
Well, you've told me that you've had troubles with feelings of paranoia and being watched, and I'm gonna say you seemed awfully relaxed in the bath this morning.
How much?
Oh no! There are so many ways that could
there's
go.
A lot of ways to misinterpret that.
Oh no. No idea. Blood work back in. No clue.
Yeah, up in the air.
We didn't know it came that color.
Yeah. Positive, negative. I don't remember which one's the bad one.
I can tell you, it goes pretty good with sangria.
You might as well live it up.
Jesus, that one would freak me out. Oh shit!
Just let go.
Just let go.
Yeah. Are you comfortable?
I think that this phrase, this is a real answer.
Yeah.
This sentence, but this sentence is scary no matter who says it to me. We should talk soon.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I need more context.
Yeah.
Don't ever end a sentence there.
That's pretty good. We're gonna recommend someone.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're overdue.
God.
We have to act fast.
It turns out it was a mouth.
It was a mountain. There's now two of you. I feel like I can do this forever. No, I'll cut it there. Stay on top.
Yeah, stay on top.
Okay, that was pretty good.
That was some good Who's Line riffing.
Okay, number 5. We're getting there. We're there, folks.
Here we are.
We're there. Number 5. Top spooky thing you did last summer.
Oh, shoot.
I know all about it, Ian.
Oh, you know,
I know
what I did last summer?
Yeah. What the top spooky thing you did last summer might have to do with a murder.
I don't know what you mean, and if anyone asks, I wasn't near that road. So,
what road? I never said it was a road.
I don't know. You said a road. I didn't say.
I thought it was a barn.
No, I was quoting you. Let me see. What did I do last summer that was scary?
I don't know. Involved a murder in a barn.
I did.
In a road now, apparently.
Here's something I did last summer that was a little spooky.
Okay.
I went on a hike in Pacific Palisades.
That is spooky.
And, you know what? I had several moments where I thought, like, oh, something bad happened to me here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's happened to me while hiking.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you die. This can be your grave.
No hope. Also, this is where coyotes live.
Yeah.
Like, and this is, I am the one who doesn't belong here.
Yeah.
Like, I was on a hike between the Pacific Palisades. Did I tell you about the Nazi house?
No.
Okay. So I'm on a hike with my friend.
Uh-huh.
Who's a therapist, and we're taking a walk.
It's a tough friendship.
There's a lot of let's have a talk.
Yeah.
So what did you mean when you said don't worry
about it?
Yeah. We were taking a hike in the Palisades, and you get to a certain part of this trail that is not a residential. It's backwoods, and you hit a sudden paved road. I was like, that's interesting. And my friend was like, oh, well, this is where the Nazis built the house. And I said, I need context.
Yeah, that's a line to draw.
And so it turns out in the 1930s, there was a woman who's married into like a big Hollywood family, producing family. And she was a big sympathizer with the Third Reich.
Okay.
And her beliefs involved, well, the Nazis are going to take over the United States, clearly. And when Hitler comes, I want Hitler to have a nice new house, so he makes L.A. the capital. And then they, get rid of all that other bullshit.
Yeah.
And so she spent like a fuck ton of money, and she built a mansion basically out in the Pacific Palisades that's off on this very out of the way place.
Yeah.
And it was at the time massive. It was like a Xavier mansion, kind of huge place. And so then the 60s came, and the Nazis didn't.
Yeah.
And instead, hippies started moving in and just squatting there, and it was like a commune kind of house for like 20 years. And they basically they took off all the swastikas they could, that were not made of stone, basically. Okay. And it was a communal thing, and then in the 80s, the U.S. military took it over and were like, oh, this is not safe. People shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Go away. So now, you can go out there and you can like wander around some of it, and some of it's cordoned off.
Yeah.
Because it's not, structurally sound anymore. Very few swastikas. But, there's there's the remains of this big mansion, and it's like, I remember in particular, there's a part where you come to a clearing, and it's just covered in these sycamores, hunched over, and it's like 3 fireplaces just standing free where the walls of this house have crumbled into nothing.
Yeah.
And it's a bunch of people have put occult sort of things around, because, that's what kids do when they wander the woods. They like to, play with the devil. The kids are down with the devil.
The kids are down with the devil.
So anyway, that is a spooky place.
That is a spooky thing you did last summer. Wow.
Yeah.
I only did it because I think those movies are like funny and name. Do I have to answer it? I don't even know. A spooky thing last summer? Job hunting. That's pretty spooky.
That's pretty spooky in this economy.
Yeah, in this world, like. Oh man. Okay. You go. No.
All right. I've got other stuff to talk about after this. But
no, that's fine. I still got lightning round.
Yes. 5. Number 5. The scariest thing science could suddenly reveal to be undeniably true.
God.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I don't think you were trying to be funny. Sorry. Oh, fuck.
It's like the first answer.
Fuck. You're not wrong.
Yeah, wouldn't it be funny?
Holy shit.
That's a lot of things you have to read. What if that angel video is real?
Oh, shit.
That.
Also, like, I think I know what the answer is.
Okay.
Already, but I'll ask you.
Sure.
Which one would it be scarier to find out is real? Like, undeniably, is it all those pagan gods that are like kind of vindictive and assholes are real? Or, I don't know, which version of God do you think?
Greeks would be pretty bad.
Greeks would be pretty rough.
Just because it's been so long since any of us
gave a shit about it. Yeah.
Christian.
That's rough, man.
Yeah, but like New Testament, because that's supposed to be a benevolent one, and that means that means we're on the right path. Yeah. And that's messed up.
Yeah.
Old Testament, like even like Judeo.
That's real rough, man.
Would be real rough, because that means everything's going probably the way it was going to go anyway.
Yep.
I don't know. Egyptian gods I wouldn't mind, because that means I could be buried with all my stuff and like.
Mm-hmm. You take it with you.
Yeah, I take it with me, and like I'm pretty set. That would be fun. And like,
I think, if we're talking about worst, I think any of the Slavic gods.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty
rough.
Because that drives on like pain.
They're like pain gods.
Pain gods. That's pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty
bad.
That's up there.
It's pretty.
What else, if science found out, was undeniably true? Because that's a good question.
It would be the most spooky. Frick.
Earth's flat.
It turns out they were right. The Earth is.
We see a footage of a man falling off the side of the world, and like
that would horrify
and we're like,
me.
well, we're in a brave new world now. Like, no.
The Earth's hollow.
Earth's hollow. That's pretty good. But that means I want to go and see what's in the hollow.
It's exactly what. You remember that Daniel O'Brien article about that guy from early America who thought the Earth was hollow?
No.
So this guy.
Because I'm thinking Journey to the Center of the Earth.
This is after it was written, I think. Okay. So this guy, who's a well-respected like scientist in the biggest quotation marks you can find, went to President John Quincy Adams and said, "Hey, I want to mount an expedition to the center of the Earth because I know for a fact, one, the Earth is hollow, two, it's filled with mole people, and we need to trade with the mole people and give them silk and fur for their equivalent of silk and fur." And John Quincy Adams said, "Okay, that sounds great." And then we ended up having another war that we had to fight, and so the money got delayed, and so he ended up having to pitch it to Jackson, who is the next president. And Jackson said, "You're a fool. I would never give you money for that. The Earth is flat. There's nothing inside of it." It is, and for all our listeners, this is a point in history where it's not like the world being round was an established fact by that point.
It was an established fact by the time Christopher Columbus was even around. Yeah.
Like, most people didn't think that Christopher Columbus thought it was pear-shaped or something.
Yeah, he thought it was pear-shaped. His thing was that the Earth was much smaller.
He thought it was, like, a lot smaller.
And it wasn't even that the people, like, were agreeing with him. It's more like they just wanted him to go away. Yes. Is what it ended up being. I'm not even joking about that. You should read up on some of those letters. They're crazy.
If you have ever...
It's like some of the most passive-aggressive, like...
If it makes you stop. Yeah, fine.
Well, just go. Just leave.
If you have ever dealt with customer service, let me just say, on a spiritual level, I relate to, if I give you money right now, will you fucking go away?
Will you fucking leave me alone? I was listening to the Castle Super Beast cast, the latest one, and they're talking about how they don't want people in, it's a small group. They admit it's a small group, but they don't want people in Ubers or taxis or at restaurants to talk to them. Yeah. To the point where one of them's like, has told servers, "I will give you like a $10 or like a really, really good tip if you just give me my food and don't talk to me." Or
I kind of do relate to that though, because let me just say this. Yeah. Plenty of nice Uber drivers. No. Plenty of nice times.
I've had some really awesome conversations with Uber drivers.
You
better be fucking interesting. Like, if you're...
I've had way too many bad ones. Yeah. Way too many. Yeah. That I just, like...
I had one where it was a group of friends, and I was taking the Uber driver's side, and, like, because, see, here's the situation. It was in Vegas, right? This guy gives us a ride in the Uber, and, and then... I think they were talking in the back. I was sitting up front because there was like 4 of us. Mm-hmm. And one of my friends, Kevin, he goes, oh man, my phone's dying. And the Uber driver's like, this was his moment. Because he goes, oh man, there's what kind of phone you got? I got a bunch of chargers up there. It's a bunch of cables. Like, this is probably one of the things he wanted to make unique about. I was like, he's Uber driver. Whatever. And he goes, and he's like, do you need one? And then he goes, no, I mean, like, it's a weird connection. It was, and I wouldn't be able to, look, I don't even think he got the one and all that. Look, it's fine. It's, I'll be fine with low battery. And then it's like silence, and then my brother goes, you could have just said no. And then we all start laughing. And then Uber driver's like, yeah, man, what's like, why you gotta be so difficult? And we were all like just shitting on him for like the rest of the ride. That was my favorite Uber ride. That's one of my favorites.
Where we shamed someone together.
Like, why you gotta be so difficult, man? Why even bring it up?
Fuck.
That's what it's like hanging out with me, folks. If like
it's punishment.
You make one. It's not even. It's never the big mistakes. It's the one small thing.
It's the small Larry David-esque
that we stick our fingers in and like try to really open up.
Oh fuck. Okay.
What were we even talking? Oh, spooky thing that science could
suddenly prove is absolutely true.
That I'm the last hope.
Fuck yeah, same.
I just thought it'd be funny.
Here's one.
Yeah.
Here's one.
Go.
I was talking to a Dutchman in
Okay.
Is
we were talking about the trade. What was gonna...
I don't know.
And how we were gonna ride the Iron Horse.
Really build the economic. He was in San Francisco because he works in the tech industry.
Okay.
And he was telling me about his job, and he was being somewhat interesting. And so I was somewhat...
Is this an Uber driver or like...
No, this was a guy in a hostel.
Okay. Is that one time you went up north?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so we're talking, and he then says, do you know the theory about how...
I'm excited because tech people are fucking weird.
They are weird.
They're so weird.
And also he was, European on top of it, so...
I know exactly what you mean.
He's like, do you know the theory? That's not it.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
You want to go? You want to keep going?
That wasn't it. Do you know the theory of the simulation?
Oh God, he's a Matrix guy. Like...
What he described specifically was, essentially it boils down to that.
Okay.
But it was when a society builds a computer that's so good, the likelihood that they're going to make a simulation of life in the past goes up and up and up.
Yeah.
And so what are the chances that you and I exist in actually what is an advanced society's looking back at a millennium ago?
Yeah.
And I said, I don't know. And he said, Is it
I get my coffee?
10? Is it 10?
Is it?
I don't know. I'll say whatever number you want.
Here's my thing with all of that, man. Like, it's why it's a great thing being an existentialist or a nihilist, because I get to go. Then it still doesn't matter to me because then I'm just gonna enjoy what I got right now and see what's up.
Yeah.
It only matters if I try to say there's a higher meaning. To everything.
But
that's fine.
If I learned 110% scientists are like, guess what? We all live in a computer. It's simulation. You don't exist. And
what are the chances that we can reverse Tron it?
That we can become Olivia Wilde and we can...
They go, ha, motherfucker, and start
but also
people.
it would presumably be a society so advanced it would be unrecognizable. It's just everyone's purple tubes.
But how advanced would we be if we can get out?
Well, we'd be us. So
you're assuming it happens now.
Oh, okay, yeah. I am.
I'm assuming we speed up technology to get out because that's always a driving force.
Yes.
And that will advance a lot of things really quickly.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Anyway, that would
yeah.
That would do me a frighten.
That would be pretty good.
Especially like
a little ant in a little ant farm.
Well, because then I would realize that
you're
thing...
a sim who was the free will turned on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would make me think like that thing I do. Suddenly, someone is actually looking at me every time I turn off like the.
They're looking at you, but they're looking at you as a representation of a number because I feel like it would be too much of a program to watch.
Each individual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Unless it really is the thing where you like everything behind you is not rendered. So like.
Fuck! Don't say that. Don't fucking say that, man.
Because that was my favorite. That was like, because like, oh man, they used to do that in video games too. Like.
Yeah.
So, that's like first thing that would happen. Yeah. I mean, luckily, well, it's assuming we're running on our computer things where mirrors have to be, in video games, it's actually two worlds.
Yeah.
Just playing side by side in opposite directions.
Yes.
But if the technology was advanced enough that you look at a mirror and it's just rendering what you would perceive to be.
Jesus fucking.
Yeah.
Did you ever play?
Yeah, that's why it's fun. It's like
it's like really fun.
Yeah.
Did you ever touch PetScop?
Yes. I think I'm on episode like 4 or some shit.
Okay.
I should really sit down and finish.
Did it finish?
I thought it finished.
Okay.
I thought it finished like a while ago too.
Okay.
I know Game Theory did a video on it.
Game Theory did, and I think
because now I'll never watch that, and I'll try to avoid people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so glad David Firth came out and was like,
No,
it's not what I was going for.
I really appreciate it.
I really like that. Thank you.
He's exhausting.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say his name.
No.
Yeah.
But I'm old, and I think he's older than me. But I'm like,
I have enough.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know what's the bigger problem? It's gonna sound like real pretentious, but I mean, like, I was in college pursuing an English major, so I'm dealing with people where our thing is trying to figure out meaning or inherent meaning and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like seeing the processes he would go through and just going like, that's so much just you, man. That's not.
Yeah, that's not coming out of the work. That's you bringing a lot to the table.
Yeah, that's you bringing more than I think what was actually served. Like, anyway, it's exhausting.
You don't have to get
the day science discovers that he's humanity's last hope will be.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh man. Yeah.
So I was doing some cool stuff recently.
That's cool with lightning round. So like.
Okay, lightning round. Do it.
All right. I don't have anything written. I'll just
Neither
go.
do I.
So what's up with the barn and the
God
road?
damn it! Listen.
Because I never mentioned a road.
Listen. You look at me.
Yeah, I'm like.
God damn it!
Like.
God damn it! What happened between me and my best friends Sarah and Freddie?
Wow, there was no names. Who's Sarah and Freddie?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's not what came out in the report.
Wait, what report? Where's the report come in?
Don't worry about it.
Do people know about this? Okay. What is the best Halloween episode of a regular show?
Of any show? Or do you mean the regular show, the cartoon?
Sitcom and then a cartoon.
Okay, sitcom. Maybe Family Matters, because that's the first one that comes to my head. Okay. Because that one's fucking crazy.
What happens on the...
People die.
What?
And like,
really?
Yeah. And there's like a giant spider, and they have all their heads on like a spider web. What? Yeah, so, but it's all a dream.
Right.
By, like, by Urkel. And like...
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that one.
Okay.
That's a good one. Yes, it's all coming together now. No, I don't know. Sitcom. That's a good question. You got one?
Our frame of reference for sitcoms is not now.
Yeah, that's true. What Halloween specials came out for any sitcoms nowadays?
Well, here's the thing. I was talking to someone about this, and I want to get your opinion. Because I noticed that very few shows now do Halloween specials.
Yeah.
Whereas when we were growing up, that was the norm.
That was like the shit, man. Like when Halloween was happening.
Everybody did a Halloween. Yeah. Everyone did a Christmas.
Now,
everybody.
Yeah. Now I'm feeling like if I got to pursue the Halloween thing, I got to go to like the online stuff that I'm into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So their theory, which I like, is that everyone was just jumping on the Simpsons bandwagon.
Ooh.
That the Simpsons set that as a norm.
Yeah.
And that when they did it, every show was like, oh, well, we should do a Halloween one too.
But now Simpsons are more like they're movie parodies, like
they're
just straight parody.
Yeah.
Not really bringing much to the table, and then people will die. But like.
Yeah.
Well, as I guess, I mean, the original Treehouse Horror, most of them were parodies, but a lot of them were like stories in their own.
They were original stuff, but they reference stuff.
Like Homer becoming 3D is like one of my favorite episodes in all of The Simpsons.
Ooh, erotic cakes.
Yeah.
One of my favorite Treehouse of Horrors is the one where they do Outer Limits.
Oh. Yeah, that was good.
But what about
shitting?
Dude.
But that because like in that Treehouse of Horror, Willie shows up in every one of them, only to be murdered by an axe. And the best part of that joke is in the third one where Homer goes back in time with a toaster. And then comes back one and Willie's like, no, this is the wrong one. You still gotta go back.
When Willie was Freddy Krueger.
Oh, that one's good.
I
think that's the one after, because they were trying to do a thing where, like, he was mad. Oh, yeah, it was the 13th day of the 13th week of the... No, of the 13th week of the 13th month of the 13th year.
Stupid March weather.
It's a calendar with all these fucking weeks, like, in it.
Don't touch Willie.
Yeah.
Good advice.
And like one of my all-time favorite Simpson jokes is in a Treehouse of Horror. It's in The Shining, where he's doing the "Here's Johnny" bit, and he breaks in. He goes, "Here's Johnny." And it's supposed to be a reference to Johnny Carson. Like I don't know if I've had people who've watched The Shining not know who Johnny Carson was, so I've had to explain that. And just dope because there's no one in the room. And then David Letterman. Second one. And then it's oh god, I'm Will. This is Howard. We're gonna bring on our guest. We're gonna bring our guest William on 60 Minutes tonight. That's like one of the best fucking jokes. And he has a stopwatch. It's like one of my favorite fucking jokes ever.
And they also do that line, that exact same segment. Homer, I think you're going crazy. Yeah. Don't mind if I do.
Oh man. Or Homer is fine. It's just the just the line of the thing. Okay. Sitcoms. Yeah, you know it. And if we can cheat and go Treehouse of Horror, then it's that episode. I think it's year 3 or 4.
Okay.
But non-sitcom favorite Halloween episode is an even better question.
Okay.
Doesn't Gravity Falls has the summer one? Summerween, which is great. Mm-hmm. They're all like watermelons and shit.
Yeah.
And like I love that they just try to come up with an excuse to do a Halloween
in summertime.
That one's good. Halloween Town High, Halloween U.
Halloween U is good? Okay.
No, it's just that one moment that I really like. The rest of the movie's trash, but like... I don't know, man. Favorite Halloween sitcom?
For sitcom, I'm gonna say... it just stuck in my head. The episode of Boy Meets World that has Jennifer Love Hewitt on it.
Oh, I totally forgot.
There's an episode where... I guess like one of the recurring plot points is now that the two characters who aren't Sean are in a relationship.
Okay.
It's making the bros not as close. And so he feels like it's they're distancing themselves. So all the people in detention then have a I know what you did last summer / Scream thing happen. But all of them get murdered incredibly violently through the episode, including the guy who's the voice actor for Deadpool. Who was on that show, you know what I mean? Yeah. Who gets stabbed in the throat with a pencil and dies.
Holy shit.
It's a good episode, man. Also, Jennifer Love Hewitt's in it. And her character was named, they're like, oh, who's this girl? She's a new student. Jennifer Love Pfefferman. Which is...
That's good.
It's a solid line.
It sounds like someone's going like Jennifer Love...
Yeah, exactly. That one, and then the real answer is any Treehouse of Horror, or probably the strongest one.
Yeah, that's like the easy... That's a good one.
But I'll pick a cartoon that's different, so I'll go Hey Arnold's Halloween episode was really good.
I don't remember.
The episode was... there's like a mysterious, like a unsolved mysteries kind of guy doing a live report saying that, you know, we're here looking for evidence of the unsolved and paranormal, and it's like a town to town kind of thing. Mm-hmm. They happen to be in town for Halloween. Yeah. Helga plans a fake alien invasion. A la like War of the Worlds. Yeah. And so like they put Christmas lights around a water tower to make it look like it's a saucer. It's touching down. It's landing. There's a craft. Open it, and then they open like a jar of yams. And then the other part of her trick was she convinced all her classmates to dress up as Martians together to go trick-or-treating, and scares the shit out of everyone when they see two lines of little green people walking down. I liked that. I thought that was a neat... That's a good plot line.
Alright, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's solid. Solid.
Alright, now we can talk about what you've been up to. I just want to... We'll end with one more spooky thing. I'll try to figure it out by the end of this podcast.
Alright.
Probably go for like up to an hour or more.
Let's see. So after Florida, I kind of told you everything there is to know about Florida. It was mostly work. Yeah. I went out one night to Little Havana. Yeah. I went to a bar. It was pretty good. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I was like dead asleep most of it, man. Yeah. Yeah. So that's not as fun. Sorry. But
no, that's all good.
Then I went to San Francisco.
San Fran, man.
And I went to a writers' event.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've never been. I always feel like I don't know how I would do in a writer's event.
It was not...
Because I like talking about writing, but I don't want to talk to people about it.
It was really weird because So my favorite writer was there. Yeah. And I watched him give a talk.
Was it Joe Hill? Or?
Daniel Handler.
Oh, Daniel Handler?
Daniel Handler was there. And he was giving a speech to SFU students. Okay. And I guess, like...
no.
I'm not gonna lie, though. He was giving that vibe to everyone else who... Like, not everyone, but many of the people talking to him. Like, y'all are being exhausting right now. Ask me a fun question.
Yeah, ask me. I would have been the guy being like, what'd you do last summer? Seriously.
Like, I think I asked him one serious one and one that he enjoyed. Okay. So... And I asked him one question that was about like his drafting process, and that was interesting to me. Yeah. But then I was like, "So what do you drink on the weekends?"
Yeah, man. No, what do you drink during the day?
What do you drink during the day? That's Manischewitz around the kid. Then
Manischewitz around the kid.
I loved, and then he recommended, but he's super nice guy. He recommended me a bar.
The kid has to keep up. He gets with the kosher. Kid has to see me drinking kosher.
It was that for his mother's sake.
Manischewitz. Or am I thinking of Manischewitz?
No, you're right, man.
No, Manischewitz.
It tastes like it's wine, but it tastes like fruit punch. Like it's super sweet, but it'll get you there.
But I mean, it's either is it Manischewitz or Manischewitz that's the kosher wine.
Mentions.
That you drink for... Okay, good. I'm getting that right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, Yom Kippur is going on right now.
Fuck, is it? My Nana's gonna expect a call. Shit.
I think it's going on right now, yeah.
I gotta make a call.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep up with more and more holidays just because, like... Well, just because I have people who celebrate them, so
sure.
I don't want to be that guy that's like... the only other solution is I just say Happy Halloween to everybody, and then... Like,
every day.
And I never talk about any other... To be fair, and I was talking about this with like managers at my job.
Yeah.
I don't care about any other holiday besides Halloween.
It's the best one, yes.
It's the best one.
Time to retire all the other ones.
Yeah.
Dude, do you not get like a slight uplifting feeling when you watch the Cowboy Bebop movie? Because I want to see that shit every fucking year, man. I want to see... Not just the movie. The movie's really, really good.
The movie's really good.
But just the idea of like a big, like... fuck off parade for Halloween. That seems like the best, man. That seems really cool.
That seems really cool. We'd never get that.
No, we're never gonna get that.
We have to go find Dia de los Muertos celebrations, but even then they're not like...
They're not doing pumpkins.
They're not doing pumpkin. And they're not doing the biggest parades. It's like, you'll get one of the giant... And it's really cool.
The papier-mâché skeletons and
it's really cool when it happens.
Oh, yeah, man.
But, like, you don't get the big crazy ones that happen in, like... actual Mexico.
I've even been to the Hollywood parade, and it's...
Yeah?
I mean, it's fun, and it's probably the most effort I've seen anybody do for a Halloween parade, but it's still not...
Yeah, it's not the crazy...
It's not Macy's.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
You want Macy's? I want that goddamn festival that happens in Prague. That's Spider-Man. But I want it spooky theme.
That sounds actually...
That's what good. I want.
We all play electronica.
Yeah. It's spooky electronica.
And then we put on demon faces.
See, that's what I want. That's what. But I know I'm asking too much, and that's.
Yeah. Hey, you never get it.
If I can get Prague to do it.
I don't know. Halloween's kind of coming up overseas. I saw a new book in a bookstore I really want to pick up about like the history of Halloween and all of it.
Yeah, you should send that to me then. There was one book that just came out that I want to buy, and it's I think it's called like Scary Games to Play with Your Friends.
Okay.
And it's all like the official rules for, or like all the culturally agreed upon rules for stuff like Bloody Mary or like Ouija boards or demon boards.
You know Midnight Man? You ever played that?
No.
That's fun.
Which one's that one?
Midnight Man is so it's like hide and seek.
Okay.
But everybody who's alive is the hider.
Okay.
And then you do like a spell. So you like light a candle, you write your name on paper, and then you burn the paper on the candle. Okay. And then you like knock on your front door 3 times, and you leave your front door open.
Yeah.
I see a flaw in this already.
I see big flaw in this already.
And then you all hide.
And I assume it has to be at midnight, right?
You start at midnight, and the game lasts till 3:33. And everybody...
That's so long.
Everybody carries a candle.
Where I live, that's way too long to keep your front door open.
Front door wide open. And then everyone carries a candle.
Yeah.
And they say if the candle goes out, that means the Midnight Man found you.
Ah.
And then
sorry, kiddo, we're giving you the tea candle and like...
That's also, like, what fucking I guess candles last 3 hours. Like, yeah, those exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's...
It has to be a good quality candle, but not like... That's, that one's already a flaw. What about, like, the elevator game, man? That one's cool.
5 and 4 and 3 and 4.
No, it's, like, way more complex. I once wrote it down just to, like, keep in mind. Because I wanted to write my own. We were doing a contest in college for, like, the writing club I was part of.
Yeah.
And it's more like a literature club, but, like, they wanted people to make scary stories for a competition if you wanted to enter. I was like, you know what, I'll do it. And then I was like, I had monster stories at the time. It's like, they're not spooky monster stories. They're more like atmospheric, metaphysical shit. Mm-hmm. That I only thought one was really good. So I was going to make one based on the elevator game and see what happens. So I looked up all the rules, and then I ended up not doing it because I think I had like papers or shit to do. Right. And I was like, fuck. I'm not going to go through the process of writing a whole thing from scratch.
Isn't there an element of the elevator game where, like, you can get stuck? Like,
yeah, you get stuck. You go to another dimension, and like the goal is to go to another dimension. Someone goes in with you, and then like there's a thing. It's a thing.
Is there
I'm hoping
about,
that book has that.
Is there rules about seeing people? Like, what if you see other people?
If you see, yeah, there's one thing you're not supposed to like even talk to him because you're infringing on like another dimension type deal, and like
like something bad will happen.
Yeah, that's why I want the book, because I don't want to go through all the pain of like looking everything up again.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea where those notes are anymore.
For sure.
So I want to get the book, because that means someone already did it for me. Yeah, man. Did you watch or?
Yeah. Let me catch you up. I did a lot of reading.
Okay.
I read "On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous" by Ocean Vuong.
Okay.
Who's like a poet who's
cool.
really popular. Vietnamese poet. It's a growing up story.
Yeah, I want to say I've heard the name before, but I don't know whoever brought him up to me.
It's a really good book.
Yeah.
I say this not as a judgment, but just as a kind of a characterization. Yeah. His prose are very. You can tell he's a poet.
Oh yeah.
It's very. It has moments that are very non-literalistic and atmospheric. And just kind of like.
That's not a bad thing if like you can.
Yeah,
if you go for it. Like,
if you're ready for that to be like, don't expect. It's not most of the novel is not an intensely literalistic experience.
Yeah.
It has moments where it kind of breaks down into this very abstract place.
Yeah.
But it's a great book. I read Exit West.
Okay.
Which it was pitched to me as a story about immigrants from the Middle East traveling further and further west.
Oh, okay.
But they completely left out the cool part about magic doors. Go read Exit West. It's a really cool book. I mean, yeah, immigrant story it's meaningful and thoughtful, and it says cool stuff about immigrants. But there's fucking magic doors in it. And I read Daniel Handler's new novel, Bottle Grove, wherein...
and you wanted to know his drafting process.
I wanted to know his drafting process.
And then I have no idea how I would ever answer that to someone, because my thing is literally I write it till I think it's good, and then even then I have to kind of settle, otherwise I'm gonna go crazy. I was
honestly really pleased that he has one thing in common with me, which is he doesn't like to type the first draft. He's like, I do longhand first drafts.
Interesting.
And I relate to that.
I do all my notes. And like all the background stuff in writing, including character backstories, because I don't consider it a draft until I type it, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that is something to talk about in my drafting process.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
See.
All ideas have to be written, because I feel like I have to. It's free flow at that point.
My typing has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
Since I start, like I preferred longhand much more, but. I still feel like I get my thoughts out more concisely and quickly if I write. Right.
Oh, my thing is volume. Like I need to get it all out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like if I want it concise, then I have to type it.
Okay.
I'll get loose groupings like this is about characters or this is blankety. Here's the long list of names I thought of that I'm gonna take maybe days. It happens all the time. It's gonna probably take days for me. Yeah. Ooh, spooky. For me to decide what fucking name I'm gonna name this goddamn place.
Right.
I hate names. I put way too much thought to it for people not to care. And like, will people look it up? I don't know. Especially when I manipulate them to only sound like the thing.
Yeah.
Like, how many people know old Judeo mythology?
A handful,
I did a big book. I did a whole story where it was all names from that.
Do you remember that movie Noah that came out a little while ago?
No.
So there's a movie called Noah. Came out a while ago. But it was written and directed by this guy who likes to do big budget like kind of thrillers.
Yeah.
And I guess he got pushback. Now I think what he did was great.
Okay.
But he got pushback apparently from his studio because he didn't want to do Noah from the Book of Genesis.
Yeah.
He wanted to do Noah from ancient Jewish mythology.
Yeah, Gnostic or Judeo,
like the Nephilim play a big part in the story.
Yeah, that's Gnostic.
Yeah.
That's the fucking shit I love.
Like, and then
there are
like
giants in every fucking story.
Yeah, there's giants all over, and then like demons and angels. Talk to people all the time.
Gnostic's fucking rad. If everyone goes,
if people ascribe to that as an idea, like people would be way more jazzed, because basically like that version of scripture, that's like a fucking Tolkien novel.
Yeah, that's a goddamn fantasy world.
Yeah, man. Like ancient Jews, they had crazy shit all the time. It's fucking like yeah.
I talked about it. Like there was when I was doing, because I think I was talking about the research I had done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like the idea of the afterlife in Gnostic mythology, or even like some of not new, but I mean like newer than Gnostic Hebrew writing, is that that there's only one afterlife place, and it's you literally enter through the mouth of a giant. Yeah. And you have no idea it's a giant until like you're halfway in or something, and like someone tells you it's a giant, but you're living in a giant for like.
And also
fucking rad.
I mean, and that goes back to a lot of like older mythologies where like the world is a body.
Yeah.
Or the world is a decomposing god. Or something like that. Yeah.
Happens all the time. I mean, like there's a bunch of Native American ones where it's a great land turtle is the one. The ocean is something else entirely, depending on who you ask.
The Nordic and the Chinese both have a god that tore himself to pieces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or dip their sword into the ocean and use the melding, the cooling metal to form Japan.
Yeah.
It's like one of them that's rad.
Yeah, well.
Fucking my shit was boring. Mine was all like suffering.
He had an art project that he took a week to do. So,
it took him like 3 days to get back to everybody and like update them. Everyone was pissed. No one was getting updates on
it was like
everyone was really bummed out.
I mean, I just feel like you weren't planning this out well. What are you doing?
You could have updated, man. But yeah. But you read those.
I read those.
Yeah.
What else have I got? So those three were the last ones that I just finished. I'm looking at some newer stuff right now. I'm figuring out what I want to jump into.
Okay.
Oh!
Yeah, I still got my new Ghost box, so like I'm waiting. I gotta dig into that.
I got that in the mail too, man.
Did you just get yours?
Thank you for the recommend.
Apparently they're selling faster and faster, so like... But this is the last one.
Yeah, I read Patton's.
Yeah, I was reading it. I was like, oh man, I was there from like, it's only been 3 years, but I was there from day one, man. Lucky. I ordered this shit, and like, I was like really tying up. So I can't wait to read all of it.
And all of these are writers I'm not super familiar with.
This is one where completely I don't know anyone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I know anyone in this thing.
Yeah.
The last one I was really excited just because there was like 2 Harlan Ellison stories.
It was 2 Ellisons, 1 King.
Yeah.
Joe Hill was in there too.
1 Joe Hill, and there was even 1 Martin, George R. Martin.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I gotta look back at that then.
That one was weird, and like, but like Harlan Ellison being a thing. But I think it was supposed to be more of a celebration, like in that one.
Yeah.
Which it felt. This one's like straight up like, no, we're gonna throw. Like,
here's some people you don't know. You need to know.
90, that you should be on the lookout for.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to dig into that.
Very excited.
Have you watched anything? Because I watched a bunch of stuff. Like,
what did I watch? Have we seen it since last we talked?
I haven't watched it too.
No. Okay. What else did I watch?
I'm hearing mixed things.
It's not bad, but it's not as good as the first one.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. Gotcha. I watched all of DuckTales, the new one.
Okay.
I'm fully caught up. Yo, hey, you should watch the new DuckTales.
Okay.
It's really good.
Okay.
People were hounding me, and I was like, I'll get to it.
Mm.
No, it's really good. It's crazy how much... Well, I mean, it's Disney, so I guess it's to be expected, but it's crazy still how much money that first season has.
Yeah.
And how good everything looks. And all the characters are likable. The adventures are great. All I'll say is, and I don't think it's a spoiler because when it happens, it finally does, and I think everyone was excited. The Darkwing Duck episode is fucking great.
Okay.
Like, and I could talk about that episode. That's like spoilers into the actual plot and the implications from that, and also Gadget Duck, or what's his name? Not Gadget Duck, is it? Who's the robot duck?
Oh shoot!
Giant Robo Duck. Anyway, he's great. He's played by Lin-Manuel Miranda, and like he's fantastic.
Okay.
It's fucking. Don Parnasse from Tailspin shows up.
Oh my god!
And it's a great episode. There's just really good stuff you're learning into. Yeah. No, it's great. I'll probably go more into depth with Nick because we can talk about the little small things.
Okay.
Like real specific shit.
Okay.
What else? I watched the last season. I watched the new season of Archer, which I'm glad they're gonna do one more.
Oh, is it ending?
Yeah. Well, it was supposed. Everyone thought it had canceled with the last one because they said it was canceled for a bit. And the last episode ends with a montage.
Okay.
Of stuff Archer does throughout the years, and him, lo and behold, waking up from the coma. I'm like,
when was fucking Archer in a coma?
Oh man, you should catch up on Archer.
Oh, Archer.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Archer.
So for some reason,
Arthur.
I thought you meant Arthur.
Oh no, dude! Last time I watched an Arthur thing was when Neil Gaiman showed up in one episode.
Why is Neil Gaiman in my milkshake?
Yeah, that one, and I watched that because everyone said it's actually like weird and
Okay.
good.
Okay.
No, watch Archer. Like Archer. I can't wait for the new season. Yeah, 1990X.
Okay.
Oh no, it's 1999. You're right. You're
okay.
Right. That. But it also screams, yeah, they found out they were canceled like halfway through.
Okay.
Anyway, that was funny.
Okay.
I can't wait for the next season. Oh, last season.
Okay.
And God, it's weird. That's like 9 years, man.
Yeah.
That part fucked me up because I watched that when it premiered.
Same.
Because I was a huge I really like John Benjamin.
Same.
Yeah. And like, that was the same year as Bob's Burgers, so Bob's Burgers been running that long too.
It's very weird to think that Bob's Burgers has been on, and they're gonna do a movie.
Are they doing a movie?
Bob's Burgers got a movie.
How are they gonna do a movie?
Not sure.
Oh, some of the best things are them sitting around,
just talking
because, because they're all crazy.
They're all bananas people.
Yeah, they're all like.
We can't sit here and quote Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
Once I will say, oh my God, Lynn, I'm killing Teddy. What? Oh God. I'll gas up the car. I guess I can teach the kids from home. What? No, with my food, Lynn. Were you really gonna help me murder Teddy just now? I'm trying to be supportive. What a fucking good show.
That's so good. Fuck. What? No, I know because I watched. Did I talk about Glow season 3?
Oh yeah, you did. We
did.
We talked
it was
about
good.
It last, yeah.
Come on, I know I watched it. That was the big one. I started Primal.
Primal. Go ahead.
I just watched the first 2 episodes, and I know it's about to finish like tonight.
Oh, okay.
So I gotta finish that. That's really cool.
Yes.
I can't wait to see what the overarching thing. Wham City's new show is going on Thursday nights. I think the third one was the last one.
What's it called?
The Weather Report.
Great.
Yeah. So every Thursday night at like 8 Pacific time.
Okay.
I think it's like midnight Eastern or something. Okay. Oh yeah, go ahead. What do you want?
I've been catching up on The Good Place.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Nick finally caught up.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great.
So Nick's fully caught
up. So this is the last season.
Yeah, next season, last season.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Strong. Are you on season 4? Are you in it?
Oh, I'm like completely. Oh, did they start the last season already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then no.
They're 3 in.
Shit, I didn't know it started. Okay, so that means...
Get on Hulu. Catch up there.
Yeah, okay. I don't have it. I'll find somebody who will let me do Hulu.
That's really good. I also watched a horror movie from 1984. It's garbage.
I also watched an old horror movie, but go ahead.
Okay. Mine is called Society.
Okay.
Have you seen this one?
No.
I'm going to tell you about it.
Go ahead, man. I was probably never going to watch it. So.
So Society stars Billy Warlock.
Billy Warlock.
Playing Billy.
Yeah.
And so he's like he's your Billy every teen.
He's your Billy.
He's your Billy.
He's your Billy average teen.
Average teen. He's
very Billy or Billy teen.
Billy teen
instead of very teen.
He his family just moved to Beverly Hills.
Okay.
And the movie is very explicit and wants you to remember this is happening in Beverly Hills.
It's happening in your backyard.
Exactly. And so like his dad got a promotion and so they bought a new house and it's like a big bit. The constant theme is they're moving up in life.
Okay.
They're middle class people who are now living with rich people.
Who are moving up, yeah.
And like his dad is an engineer who just made more money, and so they're living with all these people. His sister is on the cheerleading team, etc., etc. So I'm just gonna cut this down to brass tacks.
Okay.
His sister is being followed by like a weird, sweaty dweeb.
Fucking
dweebs. And he gets repeatedly removed, and then the dweeb starts following Billy, and is like, "I have to talk to you, man.
Yeah.
Something bad's going on." And he's like, "You're the creep who was hiding in my house. No." And essentially the guy eventually gets him to agree to hang out, and he's like, "I just want to show you something.
Yeah.
It'll be really fast." Plays a tape recorder, and he's like, "I gotta play you this. I want to let you know right now your family members are on this tape."
Okay.
And he's like, "Okay." And he's like, "I know that your sister has a secret admirer at school, so I intercepted that and gave her gifts too." Okay?
Yeah. Why?
With microphones in it.
Oh.
So I could hear what was happening.
Yeah.
And then he plays the tape. And the tape is very clearly like there's a judge who lives next door to them.
Uh-huh.
There's like a celebrity actor, fake actors, like other rich people,
Hollywood,
yeah, and his mom and his dad, and his sister,
yes,
and they're all together in a room, and it sounds a lot like something's happening between all of those people at once.
Okay.
And he's like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, I mean, I know what it sounds like."
Yeah.
And he's like, "My mom is there."
Yeah.
And he's, "Yeah."
Yeah, man.
And then he's like, "This is ridiculous. No."
Yeah.
And then the movie goes on to...
And it turns out they're playing patty cake like Jessica Rabbit.
It's so much worse. It's so much worse than what you think it is.
Oh, because I'm thinking the flip book from from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So.
They're playing patty cake. Okay. No!
I just want to remind everyone that Who Framed Roger Rabbit is like a miracle in animation. Okay.
It's so... The Swinging Light is a tentpole animation.
Yeah. Jimmy the Light.
So the rest of the movie kind of plays out with a lot of teen drama. Like if you watch a teen movie from the 80s, it's like that. But with periodic moments where like people's bodies are acting wrong.
Okay.
Like there's a jock who's like a jerk and he's a bully.
Yeah.
But also he seems to like sometimes have like a toad thing, like where his throat swells and then
he's got a goiter.
Yeah, exactly. Or his own sister, there's a time where she's like, "Oh, I'm going to a party where you zip the back of my dress up for me."
Yeah.
And when he does that, her like shoulder blades like twitch inside of her body.
Ew.
And he's like, "Well, that's weird."
Well, that's odd.
And then he eventually
think nothing more.
He eventually gets to go to whatever it is that's going on.
Yeah.
Which it turns out apparently everyone but him, Billy, because Billy's too much like
everyone else
connected to his old life.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Billy Everyman.
But also, like, the movie doesn't have any subtlety at all. Because I think there's a literal line where the bully from the movie is like pinning him down and is like, we feed on the poor like you. And, like, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
The end of the movie is like a weird... It's definitely sexual, and it's also like cannibalism.
Okay.
But all the rich people turn into Gumbies.
Yeah!
Like weird...
Gumbies are spooky.
Weird meat Gumbies.
Ew.
Where their flesh melts together, and then they're just like a big...
Like Cronenberg monster?
Like Cronenberg monsters, yeah. And so the end is like... It's clearly like a... It's like an orgiastic thing, but just one mound of arms and eyes pulsing in a room. And then Billy's like, check, please.
And then he bolts.
And then he runs away, and then he finds his... See, this is the detail that upsets me the most in the movie. Because... Why?
Yeah.
He finds his sister in a side room, and she's like, Billy, you can't run away forever. You need to join us. Yeah. Join us all. And then she pulls back. I'm sorry. She pulls back her duvet, and she's a spider monster.
Ah!
And her mom's face is between her leg, like coming out of her legs.
Yeah.
As a giant, like, millipede creature. And then she, like, scuttles on the floor at him. And then he runs away. And then the nerd dies. He gets eaten. He gets eaten. And then him and his best friend get in the 4x4 and they just keep driving east. That's the end of the movie. It's gross. It's a gross movie. It's a gross...
It's one of those things where, like, people look up and you're like, the monster effects are, like, crazy.
They're amazing practical effects.
But, like, the movie...
Oh, it's trash.
It's garbage.
It's
like,
garbage.
Yeah, that happens.
There's this... I'm sorry. One last detail.
Okay, go ahead.
His dad, who, like, he has been trying to tell his dad, something's wrong, we can't be here anymore. Yeah. Beverly Hills is poison! And... he like tells
poison.
He's every teen. His voice is cracking.
He's Billy every teen.
The end of it.
He doesn't smoke. No.
It's 84. Yeah. Smoking's for garbage.
Yeah. Winners don't. Dude, drugs.
He finds his dad in the last scene.
Okay.
After he has, been yelling at him about how something's wrong. For some reason, again, he sees what looks like a nude person on all fours, except instead of an ass, it's his dad.
Yeah.
Exploding out of a person. And he's like, well, he says, you called me a butthead, and I guess you were right, Billy. Ha! It's a real line from that movie. It's a real fucking line from that film that exists.
Good. Okay, but let's be real. If you had the money, and you could make that kind of a joke with all the practical effects,
just a grotesque creature,
I would totally do it.
So, guys, Society, if you've got Amazon Prime, you can watch it right now.
Right now. Not right now. Finish this.
Yeah,
and then go
watch that. You know what? You can jump around. There's lots of dead air in that.
So, my scary movie.
Yes.
Also old. I watched Kronos for the first time.
Dude, awesome.
Yeah. It is definitely one of his weirder ones, in my opinion. But it's so interesting to watch it because I'm a huge Del Toro fan. I'd never seen it before, and that's for people who don't know. Cronus is a Guillermo del Toro's debut film, to the point where it's like a University of Mexico film, University of Mexico Film School, I think is what it is. So in the credits. That movie, I gotta look up the runtime for that because it feels long. Because a lot happens. But Del Toro's movies, like, a lot happens.
Yeah.
in a lot of them, and they can make you feel like it's a long movie, even when it's not. But it's so cool to watch because it's so distinct. It's so like you can just see his trademarks in it. The way some of the shots are just straight up, they feel like a telenovela, like an old telenovela. The way the panning shots happen to be in these rooms. But like it's so weird seeing young Ron Perlman in there.
Yeah.
And I always forget he does know like Spanish, like he's fully bilingual.
Yeah.
Doing that, it being a metaphor for like wanting to on the more practical level, on the more like superficial level of the internal youth and the man's hunt for that, but also like portraying it as a drug addiction, to a point where it's a little addiction, the pursuit of it, and like, but then literally going for like stigmata marks, and his name, and like you find out in the last minute of the movie, his name's Jesus, like straight up. I forgot what the other guy's name is, but it's also like, it's also on the nose.
Right.
It's just a young Del Toro film with like cool practical effects, really cool fight, and it's a solid story too. Just it does have its like weirdness to it, but it's still cool. No, I really enjoyed it, man.
I mean, yeah, Del Toro's
a
master at work. Yeah, and shoot, I can't wait to see what he's got cooking up next. I can't wait.
Yeah, but yeah, it's fun to watch his first one. What else? Did I watch anything else? No, not that I can think of. Okay. I'll probably come up with all thing. All right, well, we should probably end with one last spooky thing.
All right, let's end.
Because I really gotta use the bathroom.
All right.
What's more spooky than not using the bathroom when you have to use the bathroom?
Using the bathroom exactly when you need to without going anywhere.
Yeah, that's good. What's the spookiest joke you know?
Spookiest joke I know?
Yeah. One that haunts you from the past.
Where, if you want to hunt a ghost, where should you look?
Where?
All his old haunts.
You know, that joke reminds me of Joe.
What?
It reminds me of Joe.
Oh, yeah. Who's Joe?
Joe Mama.
God damn it.
Fucking... that's how we're ending.
You held on to it because you knew I would.
I wanted to like fucking burst out of the chair. That's a joke that haunts you from your past. All right, everyone have a very spooky Halloween.
All right, happy Halloween.
Bye.